Let me tell you about the legendary Scumbo Baggins, also known as King of Kings. The man so cheap he went to the strip club and the stripper told him to make it rain. That cheap motherfucker checked the weather and told the bitch to do a rain dance. Straight scumbag behavior.
Scumbo, this nigga full of shit like gumbo. Self-proclaimed king of kings and king of kinfolk. Don't wanna pay his debt cause he been broke. So now the men joke. Yo, I don't fuck with the shady type. The flake cake, Belichick and Tom Brady type. 10-ounce gloves that been 90 degrees in a title fight. Or niggas that bet but don't wanna pay their debt. Scumbag behavior. Can you see the light? I then explain. Talk to me. How you have the mental fortitude to play the game. How? Place a bet on a round in the fighter's name. Then in victory, you quick to run and collect your claim. You fucking lame. But in defeat, you quick to vanish. This ain't the multiverse with 5 rings for the hand to stand it. There's only one ring involved, and it has a canvas. And since you gone, stay gone, nigga. You're banished. We gotta do it, cause it's only right. You broke a bond with the fellas that was airtight. The way you be nicking has got these motherfuckers hype. Guaranteed when they see you, nigga, it's on sight. We talking about
Scumbag of the decade. The man so cheap he takes his own limits to the lemonade stand to get the price dropped from a quarter to a dime. Nobody off limits, not even the king.
So now the men joke, Scumbo. This nigga full of shit like gumbo. Self-proclaimed king of kings and king of kinfolk. Don't wanna pay his debt cause he been broke. So now the men joke.
Scumbo bagging, his pockets must be lacking. Welching on a bed and being posed like that's what's happening. Jumps on the show, chest out, bro. I'm really hoping he say he's about to pay or brother no. Scumbag behavior. Did that boy just say that shit? Right then and now, say he get this wig split. Trey Egg starts it out. Hyphen getting egg, Eric R. stutter ragging. Coming up with Scumbo Baggins. I done got pissed. His bragging made me mad. I really thought he was better than that. He showed himself a fag. MZ stutter roast. Dude didn't give a shit. He was proud of the shit he did, laughing like a bitch. Now he in his feelings. Don't get mad, bro. You know you're supposed to pay our bets. Scoot, you gotta go. Hiding in the wing. We see you, scumbag king. Bet you wish you didn't say that shit. Pay your debts, king of king. I wonder what you really thought when you came out like that, bro. Said, fuck it, let me have it. I can take it like you really like to be a scum, yo. You must have thought we was some lame ass niggas you could bully on these boxing talk shows. You got us twisted, now you're missing. Don't hear you laughing, scumbo.
Scumbo Baggins. The man so cheap his son told him he wanted to grip. So Scumbo told the boy to stop fucking bitches without a rubber. Now that's a scumbag. No son.
So now the men joke, Scumbo. This nigga full of shit like gumbo. Self-proclaimed king of kings and king of kinfolk. Don't wanna pay his debt cause he been broke. So now the men joke.
I got a call from the block, fams, yes. He asked me to take your head and place it on his dress. Put your body on the pike and let that bitch fest. Let the rats eat out your tongue cause you a whelp. Damn, we tried to make it business, dawg, but this be personal. Niggas wanna find your location and straight up hurt you. It used to be like when they meet you, nigga, what it do? Now when they meet you, it's more like, nigga, what it do? You're a stranger in a foreign land, and everything is cool until you come around with that bullshit we don't understand. Put his money to his word, then he told a lie. So when it comes down to his word, he's always gonna lie.
He still ain't paid that bet. I thought his husband said he paid him already. Man, that's messed up.
What's good? We're about to fall into the spot. You know, the fight is around the corner. If you ain't excited, you should be. That's my whole deal of it. If you ain't excited, you should be. We got Frank, the Ghost, going up against Abdullah Wahid, also known as Tank. A lot of people haven't got it changed in their minds yet that the man is now called Abdul Tank Wahid and not Gervonta, which, dare I mention, he didn't show up to the grand arrivals, but he did let his fans know by Twitter that he wasn't going to be showing up. Are we live? All right, yeah. So with that being said, we're gonna go ahead and keep things moving, or should I say get things started. We also found out that Jerron Boots Ennis, because he's not going to be fighting Cody Crowley, they have found him a new opponent. And that opponent is David Avanesian. Now, I remember the first time that I remember hearing the man's name called was a fight against Terrence Crawford. And people was losing it. Yes, they thought that he should have been fighting Earl Spence, and they said a lot of different things. Abenesians has a few losses. One to Terrence Crawford, one to damn it, what's the guy's name? He's been knocked out twice. For that for sure. Last time he was knocked out by Terrence Crawford, and his last fight is against the guy that has 61 losses, 13 wins and 61 losses, something like that. I don't know if this will be considered a good replacement, but it is what it is. It's not Jerron Boots' fault. You can bet that for sure. Boots just haven't been able to get lucky and get the fights that he has been looking for. And with that, you know, what can you say? At least he did get somebody to step up. He lost to Kalnoskis. He lost to Kalnoskis as well. Abenesian it is. Boots and Abenesian's fight is pretty much, it's going to boil down. That should be a straight showcase for Boots. Boots should be able to get on there and really show out and do what it is that he needs to do. We also got Subriel Matias is getting ready to fight. Also, man, this one is exciting for me. We also have one of the Russell boys stepping back. Gary Russell is coming back to fight, y'all. He'll be showing up to show out. I know people have been missing him at 140. We'll get a chance to lay eyes on Mr. Gary. Well, not Mr. Gary Russell, but Antoine Russell. We'll get a chance to see him fighting and see how things are going. I got you, Gil Coles. I appreciate that. I wasn't worried about it, though. You know what I'm saying? I was not worried at all. I knew it was going to come through and you were going to do what you needed to. That's no sweat to me, player. It's all gravy and biscuits. And that's for sure. Anyway, so as I was saying, Tank didn't show up. To the grand arrivals, but you know, that's neither here or there. It's not like we worried about him not showing up to the fight, because I'm pretty sure that everybody knows that he's going to show up to the fight. He's a little upset talking about the promotions stuff, but when it comes down to that, when you have to kind of blame yourself a little bit, because you are as responsible for promoting your fight as the promoters, I would suppose, you should have a slight hand in doing that yourself. Anyway, salute Eric R in the house. He said, "What's going on? I'm at the part-time gig right now with AB." Boy, I didn't listen to anything that had to be said after AB. And I guess if I was gonna make a point, yeah, I did tell you guys a little over a week ago that I was riding with Blair the Flair to beat AB. And it turned out to be right. Now, my reasoning behind that is because I've watched AB pretty much on different videos and stuff like that, abusing his body with alcohol, weight gain, just partying, not living the life of a boxer at all. And I felt like at some time, the alcohol, all that stuff would start to show. And in my opinion, it showed against Blair. Now, there was a few times that Adrian showed that, you know, he had speed and a little pops. You know, he still got some pop because he was able to catch Cobb a couple of times, knock him off balance. But his reflexes weren't there. You know, he was slow on the counters. He just pretty much let Bob do I said Bob. He pretty much let Cobbs do pretty much what he wanted to do. Cobb stayed active. He made sure that he kept a jab in Broner's face to keep Broner thinking. I know Broner was shocked, just like everybody else, when he got dropped. And the thing about it is, you can tell the way he jumped up, how he was acting, that it looked like a tooth got knocked out. I didn't want to believe it when they said they picked the tooth up off out the ring, but it is what it is. So we come to find out that he's had a messed up shoulder and elbow. I won't say that lost the fight. Could be, I don't know. I'm thinking that he probably suffered that when he got dropped. But anyway, it is my belief that the lifestyle that he's been living is just not conducive to him climbing that ladder again and being the AB that so many people thought that they might see. And, you know, you guys can be fooled quite a few times when it comes down to listening to the man. He can always talk a good game. I won't ever say that his mouthpiece is going away, but reflexes and skills on top of that, yeah, he's hurting pretty bad. He's hurting pretty bad. So I give congratulations to that boy Blair the Flair for going out there, taking care of business and doing what he needed to do. He showed no fear of Adrian Broner, made sure he stepped to Adrian Broner. And like I said, he unleashed his hands. He let his hands go. And that was it. That was it. The only thing I can say for AB is, well, we have yet to see him turn down the fight. He doesn't do that. But Gil Coles is making a statement. He said AB fought his ass off right after the knockdown for the rest of that round, though. Yeah, he did. You know, he fought, but to me, it just looked like he was a step slow. It looked like, you know, at times when he should have pulled the trigger, he couldn't pull the trigger or wouldn't, because he was able to walk up on Cobb and mentally bad Cobb down and everything, that part. But I say mentally because he kept bringing pressure to him. But he was coming with the high guard, and he just wasn't letting it go, you know. And you can't, you know, he can't keep going out there putting that kind of performance out, stepping into the ring and not letting his hands go. With that said, Eric also said, man, that AB is dead, fam. The one that comes out and just do what he needs, go at it all the time. He can never mentally return to the place where he is ready to die. Well, I've always considered, and I might be wrong, but I always considered the 147s to kind of be a little too much for AB. Now, some people might say that I might be wrong, but that's what I gather from it. You know, the 147s is where he really ran into a lot of his problems within his career when his losses started at 147. Yeah, I understand that he's trying to move up to the glamour division where he can get the big checks and everything like that. But you know, what can I say? It is what it is. That's my opinion on AB. Enjoy seeing him fight when he was in his prime, and he was brash and loud. He's still brash and loud, but he was backing it up. And now that is falling to the wayside. So, you know, hats off to AB. Calvin Ford gave him some good talk up, you know, saying that he showed up to camp ready, he listened and all that kind of stuff. But if your body can't go out there and do what he needs to do, then hey, what can you say about it? What can you say? Al Meat Sin. Okay, we got somebody new in the house. What's up, Al Meat Sin? He's at 147 more out of laziness than anything, it seems. I could kind of agree with you with that, Al Meat Sin. But you're right. Not being able to keep his weight up under control, not being dedicated to the sport that he wanted to become so big in. And it takes me back to him making the statement and the complaint about Floyd doing the exhibitions and him saying that, you know, I'm supposed to be little bro, and it could have been easy. Floyd could have set up a fight with us, and and we could have easily made 100 million and been on our way. You know, I don't know what Floyd's reasons were, but I would like to think that maybe he looked at it and said, AB wouldn't end up doing anything but probably killing himself with a whole bunch of money that seemed like it was not at the end. We seen how fast he let us know how quick he burned through the money, asking Al for a certain amount and getting it and blowing through it, alcohol and whatever else that he was doing. It just, you know, we watched a career that looked like it was going to blossom and turn into some megastar fizzle out. And that's just the reality of it. Sometimes we have those superstars that we think are superstars. And once things start to kick in, we find out something totally different. I don't know how old you guys are, but y'all remember the Olympians, Dan and Dave, that the United States thought that those guys was going to go out there and just destroy the field of competition, and went out there and got destroyed themselves, had us all looking bad, rooting for Dan and Dave. But, you know, that's another story. But I agree with you all the way, Al Meats, that 147 is a luxury of probably laziness than anything else. Hyphy steps into the room. What's going on? That's my co-host, the man who comes up with all the magical pictures for me so we can put up to keep you guys' attention. He says perfect definition of a shot fighter and a shot. And shot, he is very much. I agree with you, Hyphy. I think it's about time for Adrian, if he can get it in his mind and be 100% serious. I think there's a lot he can offer to the up-and-coming combatants that are in boxing. I think he would be a good help to the youngsters. I think he can guide them if he can get out of his own way. There's plenty he can bring to the table. He can help people navigate the waters of getting their hands on a lot of money, dealing with the boxing world, the promoters and different things like that, the pitfalls that come with the sport. Seeing that he's been through some of the pitfalls, he's come out of some of them, you know what I'm saying? I think he would be a great help to somebody's camp if they can get him to really tone down and be 100% serious. But we'll have to see how that goes and what the future holds for him. So all I can say is, at this point, I am not in a hurry to lay eyes on Adrian Broner stepping into the ring to fight anymore. To me, I just don't think it's worth the attention or the time. But people are going to do what they want to do, and they're going to spend their money the way they want to spend it when it comes to watching these fights. Simple and plain as that. David Benavidez is going to be the co-star on the co-main event. Mike Hennigan in the house. Mike, what's up, player? Old school, my old school G. OG to an OG. It's good to see you come through. Always glad to see you come through. Everything is going good. What you think about the AB fight that came up? What do you think about what you see? Eric also said AB is like the star athlete homie of yours, who will go to your crib. Point out all the niggas who could have made it. Y'all go watch an after school special on drugs and he'll right. You go right to the crack house. Dang, man, that's kind of hard. The voice of reason. D-Lo 404 Boxing is in the house. Like I always got to give a man his introduction. If you don't know, I'm about to tell you. D-Lo 404 Boxing is the place that you can go get some information, get a different point of view, a different perspective of what went on in a fight or what might be going on in an upcoming fight. So I think that it will serve you well to go and get that man to listen to and find out what goes on his channel. Because I have yet to go to his channel and hear him say something that I would consider ludicrous. Yeah, the man always comes out with something that makes you think and have to look at it a whole different way. So with that being said, look for your boy Gil Cole. Look for your boy D-Lo 404 Boxing. Y'all go give him some time, and if you ain't subscribe to him, do that. How about that? Irv H in the house. He's saying salute everybody, salute MZ. As always, I got to give that salute right back. Glad you made it and everything is going good. Anyway, I'm glad to see you in the house. We're gonna be talking about Tank Martin, Benavidez. We got Subriel coming, Antoine Gary Russell coming, Gary Antoine Russell coming. I don't know exactly how I would put it, but it is what it is. Those names that I just named should get you bubbling and ready for this weekend coming, because it's, to me, it's a card with some live action that's going to be happening. I think we should see at least 3 stoppages that night. This is my opinion. I'm thinking that there should be a stoppage in the main event. There should be a stoppage in the co-main event. Hell, it could be 4 stoppages, because Gary Antoine Russell could end up getting the stoppage, and your boy Subriel could end up getting the stoppage. D-Lo said, thanks for the support, OG. Man, I can't do nothing but support you, man. We family around here. That's all I can do. He said, used to be anyway. I ain't hit a lick at a snake here lately. Boy, stop it. You still D-Lo 404 Boxing, the voice of reason. I don't care what nobody say. Ladies and gentlemen, my sister, I've been calling her sis since the day we started communicating on YouTube and these YouTube streets. Lala D has fell into the house. MZ, what's up, sis? What's going down? Glad to see you made it through. It's kind of early. I'm used to you falling through a little later, but we're glad to see you here. And seeing that my sis has just stepped into the ring, let me go to some MMA real quick just to bring it out. I don't know if you guys know, but Savannah Marshall, she made her debut in an MMA match a couple of days ago, and she got a stoppage. I won't say she looked super good, but she didn't look super bad. She looked decent. She looked calm. She looked under control in the ring. I think she still got a little work to do with her ground game and sprawling out to make sure that no one can take her down. But other than that, when she was forced down to the ground, she was able to fight and get herself up, and then she started dropping bombs on the old girl. She started letting her hands go, and she showed the boxing. She showed the boxing and how much of a difference it is between MMA boxing striking and boxing striking. And she got to laying hands on the young lady that she was going against. Forgive me for not calling the young lady's name. I can say that Clarissa was at the fight, and she did not show any signs of hating. She was actually out there screaming out some instructions to old Savannah for Savannah to go swing her hips to get up off the ground and do her thing. So congratulations to Savannah Marshall for going out there and getting the win in her debut in MMA. She says she likes MMA. She likes being in that ring. She's going to work on her ground game some more. And she did find time when Clarissa got in the ring with her, after they hugged and they talked, and they seemed buddy. But like Clarissa said, we're not friends and we're not enemies. We frenemies. I can concur with that. I know what a frenemy is. I've had a few in my life. But I want to say congratulations to Savannah Marshall for getting the win, and hats off to Clarissa Shields for being a lady when it came down to it, to being a good sport and supporting one of her colleagues. You don't see that often with these athletes, and I don't care on what stage it is. You just really don't see that too much. But I felt pretty good about it, and I look forward to seeing Savannah grow and see how far she can take it. And like I said, they did, Savannah did figure out a way to squeeze it in and challenge Clarissa, which Clarissa said, sure, we can get a fight on. So we might be seeing Clarissa Shields and Savannah Marshall again, but inside the cage. Now, can you imagine seeing those two going at it the way they did in boxing, the conversations, going back and forth, the words is going to be spat out at each other. But I want to see if they can get these leg locks and head locks and all this stuff going and see how it goes. My sis say, I'm cooking collard green egg rolls. they're still sauteing. They smell amazing. I can always say this about my sis. She'll come in here and let us know about some good tea, some good coffee, a good frappe, latte, a good wine. My sis is she's a savant when it comes down to all these different things. It's just so much. She, dare I say, she's a little class bougie, but I love every minute of it. Anyway, Mike Hennigan is talking. Al Meats says Subriel Matias is fighting on the zone, by the way. I understand that. I'm just saying he's fighting. Antoine Russell's fighting. Benavidez is fighting. Thanks for correcting it though and let me know that they fighting on the zone. It's just the lineup that we getting ready to see. I'm excited to see Tank, Benavidez. Boots is coming up. Even though I explained that Boots is now fighting David Abenesian and not Cody Crowley. Some might think that that's more of a step down in competition with Abenesian. But who are we to complain about who it was that decided to sign the paper and step into the ring with the young man named Boots? We'll just have to see what happens. Like I said, Abenesian's last win was against I can't remember the guy's name, but I think he's like 13-61. I don't know how you would rank that, but it is what it is. I think Boots is going to have it's pretty much going to be a showcase for him now. The competition that was Cody Crowley, who ended up being pulled out of the fight because of an eye injury, not being able to pass the eye test. It's just one of the pitfalls that happens in boxing that we have to deal with. Now, I know the competition of who's been chosen to take his place might not fit you as well, but hey, it is what it is. What can we say? Going right down the line, I see everybody speaking to everybody. I should have put that up so it could be seen. I want to make sure that's seen. Lala D said, I got tanked by UD, Benavidez by KO, Gary Antoine by KO, and I guess Adams. Well, what I'm looking at, like I said, I'm thinking it should be a KO in the main event, Lala. I'm thinking between Tank and Frank. I think that we have the mixture, a power kid for a knockout to take place, because I think Frank is going to have that attitude that he doesn't want to bag down and he wants to press on the gas, and he wants to prove to the world that he is what he's saying. Now, he makes a lot of sense because he says people are not following him and not giving him a chance because they haven't really seen a lot of him, and I'll give him that. I think the fight that may have put a lot of eyes on him that said he had some skill, but he still needs to work, is when he fought against Michel Rivera, the guy that loves Muhammad Ali and goes out there with the Ali on his shorts and tries to wear that haircut. It looks more like Tito Trinidad, but it is what it is. That was, I think, Frank's hardest test to date. But coming up against Tank, and I want people to remember this because I know we all rely on, we sit back and we say, Tank usually lays back and set traps and things of that nature. But let's not forget, we have seen Tank in more fights than one. He can walk you down. Let's not forget that. That is part of his game. He can walk a person down and he can come forward and let punches go. I don't want us to get complacent in thinking that Tank is going to sit back and just wait for the knockout blow or something. I think this may turn into what we've all been hoping for, and that is a fight, a good fight, not one of those fights that's a lot of standing around posturing and looking. I think these boys are going to fight each other. I got some stats on Frank. Frank usually throws about, I think they say 30 to 35 punches per round, and he's usually touched per round at least 7 times. So being touched 7 times per round, 7 times in 3 minutes is not too bad, but I think you can do better. He's going to have to be aware and do better. He's going to have to be 100% on his point all the way around. The conversation that is being given is great conversation. It's good for the crowd to be good for you to give to the crowd, that the people know how you're feeling. But at the same time, in a few days, we'll really know what's going on and see how it goes. Al Meats. Clarissa said before the fight that Marshall wasn't match tough and would KO the girl. Oh, I didn't get a chance to see that, so that's a good thing you bring to me. Bring out. I also have to say that Clarissa has been pretty much on point when it came to calling fights or giving her prediction. She gave a good prediction on Fury and Usyk, which kind of turned out to be okay. If the girl wasn't matched too hard, I can understand that, seeing that she is really still just starting. I still have to give her kudos for what she did in the ring. She could have very easily went out there when she got took down to the ground and just gave it up, but she didn't. She fought hard. She got up and she did what she needed to do. And I think she done enough that she knows she can build off of it, and things go well for her. Matias is fighting a Puello. Okay. But still, you don't think that's gonna be, man? Matias, Tank, Benavidez, Antoine Russell. I'm thinking all three of those fights are gonna end in a KO or a stoppage. Maybe not a knockout, but I can see him being stopped. I can see in my Trey's voice, the ref calls it off. Who's the boss? Y'all know what it is. Hyphy is bringing up. He said Benavidez likely will not be fighting this weekend. I've read somewhere that they're saying that he may have a cut that he's trying to keep under wraps so the fight doesn't get stopped. We'll have to see how that goes. That's one of those things that would really suck. My big bro said he think David gonna go out there and just beat old boy up, but I'm like, oh boy used to be a champ. He got some squabble in him, so I wouldn't say he's just gonna go out there and get handled like that. I wouldn't say that at all. I'm expecting to see some good things take place in the ring. Lala D says she want to see Clarissa versus Hannah Gabriel again. Yeah, right now it seems like at one point the girl fighting the matches were being made. Boom, 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 boom. You was excited about everything, but it does seem like they slowed down again. But I can say, I've said but twice now, Clarissa, I believe, is moving up to another weight class, trying to conquer another weight class, which would be quite amazing. Can you imagine her going up to 175, snatching the belts and becoming undisputed again? Oh boy, if people thought she was loud and braggadocious with the belts that she got now, just imagine how braggadocious she would be after that. I see my brother Trey Exton just fell into the house. Salute to the very first champion for the Block fam that came off of the champ, Ross. What's going on, bro? Glad to see you made it. AI and an I. Okay, it's not Al Meats. He said AI Meats and I. I got you. Mike Henry, Henry, you like that video? Okay, I'm wrong place. I got you. AI Meats and I. My bad. Hey, fam, if you in here, you're gonna learn real fast. MZ is bound to mess up somebody's name. Tragically, it just happens. It is what it is. But I got you. I'm just to make sure I keep that in mind. AI Meats and I. I loved it. That boy say she could make egg rolls out of chitlin loaf. Ooh. I don't know. Yeah, Lala D, it is poor for Boots. It is sad for Boots that his competition end up taking a nosedive, especially when it comes that nobody thinks that Avenesian is going to go out there and really cause Boots any problems. No one. I know I don't. Not at all. And how old is Avenesian now? 35, 36? He's old school dude. I don't think he's quite ready. What do we see? Tank put Frank on Derrick James' lap. Tank finna, what? You really think so, Eric? You think Tank? Oh, he said Tank finna put Frank on Derrick James' lap. If excuse me. Excuse me, yeah. If Frank just have to be aware of what's gonna be going on that night. He can't be overconfident, but he can't be scared either. had enough nervousness to have him out there so he'd be sharp. That's the best I can say with it like that. I I checked out some people that was laughing at Tank because Tank admitted that he was nervous fighting Ryan Garcia. Nervous because Ryan got all these videos knocking people out, videos and sparring knocking people out. I didn't take that as a knock at Frank at Tank. I think that anytime you have a little nervous energy in you when you're getting ready to do something in competition, I feel like that's a good thing because you're not overconfident. You're aware that something could go wrong, so you pretty much on point. You trying to make sure that you don't let what could go wrong go wrong. So I wouldn't say that he was scared, nervous. Yeah, that's a cool thing to be. And I remember my coach telling me back in the day, if you go into something, you going into battle and you're not scared or nervous, then you pretty much on the lines of being a fool because you mess around and go out there and get caught with something, basketball, football, boxing, whatever it is. You mess around, go out there and get caught up in something, and your whole game just falls apart. I seen a guy get dunked on. He couldn't do nothing else after that when he got dunked on in the game. I saw Earl Spence. Y'all saw him too. He went out there and couldn't stop the jab, and it looked like everything else just fell apart for him. Same thing with Wilder. Football teams that go out there on the field that's supposed to have the number one offense, and then they can't get 3 yards. You understand what I'm saying? I think that being a little nervous is a good thing. Now, other people could take it and say it the way they want, but it is what it is. Am I missing anything? Nope. So, Gil Coles, he's making a statement. He says that Frank might surprise us with something. Tank KO in 9. I was watching Frank against Michelle Rivera, watching how he pivoted, how he was able to turn Rivera and all this, how he was able to flip the jab from Rivera and get up under their arm reach and do his own work, send jabs back and things of that nature. But I have to ask this question, and it's a serious question. Would you label Tank like Rivera? In my opinion, I would not. I don't think it'd be that easy for Frank to spin Tank like that once they get clinched up and caught up. It might happen a couple of times, but from watching Tank in the different fights that he's had so far, he's been able to make an adjustment and do things like that. So with that being said, I think it's going to be a long night for Frank. Well, Frank is going to have to be on point the whole time. Frank got skills. I'll give him some skills. He's athletic. I'll give him the athleticism. So he's going to be matching up with Tank pound for pound as far as that goes. But he got to be prepared for the traps that could be set. What say Tank decides to start walking him down? How is he going to defend against that? Will he be able to still think going backwards and still shoot off enough shots to make Tank stay honest? Or will he have to be bagging up and let Tank get a hold of him? It's a lot of things that's going to play in the fight that night. There's no need for me to speak about the bright lights because we spoke about that plenty of times and enough already. I think it's going to be a good fight. I'm praying and hoping that it's a good fight where we don't get let down, where it's a one-sided ass whooping. That is something I am most definitely hoping does not happen. I want to see something where we get through with the fight and we sit back and put our feet up. We can say, man, we saw some great fights. Simple as that. And I think I think it'll boil down to that. So I agree with you, Eric, on that. It's definitely going to be a good fight. Real Rottweiler TV. He say, I do think Frank needs to move to his left to avoid Tank's left. Yeah. Well, this is a fight that my bro Trey X has pointed out plenty of times. This is a lefty. This is two lefties facing each other. And Frank Martin doesn't have a lot of experience in the ring under the lights against left-handers. He's getting ready to go into the ring right now with, dare I say, at this moment, the top left-hander at 135. How is he going to put up with that? A left-hander with some pop and some speed. I'm also wondering if we might see, I call it the gazelle punch, when Tank likes to do the little leaping hooks. We've seen him do it with the left hand, and we've seen him do it with the right hand. It's a possibility that that's a punch that I'm thinking Frank Martin must be aware of. He cannot let himself get lulled to sleep and get caught with one of those leaping punches that Tank is adept to doing, using. Be aware of the uppercut. Tank is a hellacious uppercut thrower. He does throw those more, throw them, and he throw them pretty direct and pretty on point. It's gonna be a lot going on to it, but I believe that I know I've been trying to talk Frank up, and I've been telling myself Frank is good. I like Frank. Frank is good. Frank got hard, and all these things, but the experience is the ring generalship, the connection with the coaches, the ability to think while in the ring and be able to make adjustments. All these things I think are going to play very important parts. Frank's defense is going to have to be, it needs to be totally set. Now, we know that Tank has a chin. We know that. We've seen Tank take some punches. And the thing about, dangerous thing about it is, you know, if Tank gets in his mindset that Frank isn't sending enough to keep him away from me, he's going to be in trouble. Oh, let me see what this is. Hyphy says Frank said he cracked Brother Abdul's chin, which resulted in Brother Abdul wanting to fight outside the ring. Therefore, Frank has the most dangerous left hand here. Well, I feel you when you make that statement, Hyphy, but let's be honest. We just watched the fight, what was it, last week, Herkovich against Du Bois, and Herkovich was like, I've been whooping his ass in sparring all the time. And that's not what turned out when the real fight took place. Yes, Tank admitted that Frank caught him. That's where the story kind of differs a little bit, because Tank also said that when he started getting at Frank, that it was a different subject. Now, them trying to fight outside the ring, I don't know. But it's going to be a difference with the head. You know, you got the headgear on, you got 16-ounce gloves on, opposed to the 8-ounce gloves. No headgear. All this stuff is going to take place. A thing that I'm really looking to see if Tank is going to attack and work, because he said so much about Frank not liking body blows. Apparently Frank has taken it serious, because I seen him in a video. I think he was talking about he had a 12-pack or something. Had to be ready for somebody was coming with the body blows. I kind of giggled about it when I heard him say it, but I'm like, damn, apparently he's taking it serious that Tank might be coming to the body, and he's trying to be prepared. Everything that he said to tell the crowd sounds good, but you know, if he really put the work in, we'll find out in a few days coming up. We will find out real quick. Tank looks like he's preparing to go out to the body of this camp. Go out to the body of this camp. That's what I'm saying. He spoke about it. Frank then went on and tightened up. It looked like his body sit-ups or what crunches or whatever it is that you do to get the body tight. He said, you know, he said he was doing it. Gil Cole said Frank shouldn't try to outthink Tank. He seems to be the bigger and stronger guy. I think he should press Tank, lean on him. Press Tank and lean on him. Well, pressing Tank, you know, with the pressing of him, you're gonna have to press him in a certain way where you can get him backing up. Two, you have to be aware of that, because you know, we've noticed it seems like everybody that kind of bags Tank up, they either get comfortable with it and don't and seem to forget that something can come back, or they get sloppy with it and end up getting caught with something that changes the complexion of the fight. He's going to have to think, saying that he shouldn't try to outthink the person that he's fighting. Well, if you don't try to outthink him, you're gonna 9 times out of 10 you're gonna get beat up. You got to be thinking. You got to match chess move for chess move. You got to be on point the whole time, having some going out there lackadaisical and not thinking. That's not a good combination at all. Frank, like I said, Frank is going to have to be locked in from the first bell to the last bell. I did give him a chance and say that if he could stretch it out and make it to the end of the fight where the last bell does ring, I said that he stood a chance to be able to take the fight from Tank. But if he lets Tank corner him or get him bagging up, and dare I say, going to a mode where he's not thinking, then he's gonna get slipped. Simple and plain. I can't put it no other way. He's gonna get stopped if he goes out there and he lets that kind of mindset fall on him. I just don't think it's a good difference. The defense, Real Rottweilers TV said it's a difference. Yeah, it's a difference. It's a difference all the way from they both got hand speed. I can't really say who I would think is faster with the hand speed. If I had to lean forward, I would say maybe I give it to Tank as a fraction. Defensive wise, it's hard to say because I've seen Frank eat some punches. I've seen Tank eat some punches as well, but Tank would always give a reason. And I wanted to see what they was giving, what they was bringing, to see if I had to really worry about anything. So I can't really say on that. So I would have to give it to Tank as far as defense. Offense. The offensive stance, we know Frank lets his hands go a little more. Like I said, I found out he averages about 30 to 35 punches a round. That would be good. He could outwork Tank. I don't think Tank has that high of an output. But a lot of things are different. Tank wants to go out there and prove something. And I think Frank Martin is the perfect person for him to go out there and try to do it with. Hyphy says, even Earl the Truth said Frank going to whoop him. Yeah, Earl the Truth also said that Earl the Truth was going to whoop Terrence the Bud Crawford. And that was a total fiasco. And none of anything that Earl said in that fight, except that he was not going to give up. He kept on fighting. I'll give him that. But him saying that Frank going to whoop Tank, that really doesn't hold much weight. That doesn't hold much weight at all. Actually, nobody's saying that Frank is going to whoop Tank. It doesn't hold any weight at all because we actually have to see the fight go down and see what preparations our boy Frank has taken in order to get things going. I just heard Martin is doing VADA testing and Tank isn't. I'm wondering how does that work? I've been hearing that there was no VADA testing, but you're saying Frank is testing? Well, if Frank is testing, good for Frank. He can't be accused of nothing. It could leave the door open for many accusations against Tank if it's true. We hear so many rumors and so many things going on. Till we get something really concrete on it, I don't really know what to say about it. So I won't really touch too much on the testing or who's not testing, because right now, we got so much drama with testing and dirty fighters. It's just ridiculous. Tank's inside work is crazy. There's another thing. He's real. That's Regal. I said real. Regal Rottweiler TV. That when you were saying forcing him back, I'm speaking to, I think it was Eric Carter said it. When you were saying trying to force Tank back and leaning on him because Frank's the bigger guy, he's a little bigger than Tank. Yes, true enough. But it's shit. I mean, snap. My brother popped in out of nowhere. What's up, bro? What's going on with you?
Salute, man. Thought I'd jump on and talk a little bit of boxing with you.
Appreciate it. Let me finish this point that I was about to make for Regal about, I think it was Eric Carter said or Gil Cole, I don't know which one. I don't think it's a good idea for Frank to try to lay on Tank and try to do him like that, because Tank does work on the inside. You don't want him to start catching the man to the body, zapping his powers with no uppercuts to the bodies, a hook to the body, or maybe an uppercut to end the fight to the dome. So I'm thinking that Frank's safest move is he's going to have to outbox Tank. He's going to have to smartly outbox Tank and use the footwork and the skills that I saw with Rivera, just a lot more sharper.
I agree with you. because you know Tank is a shorter guy and he got the shorter arms. So if you step to him and try to fight him in close, that's really an advantage for him because he got the shorter arms. So he can catch you with them little short shots on the inside to the body and stuff like that. I think Frank Martin is the most athletic fighter that Tank has ever fought. Salute to both of them for getting it on. This is a good fight in my opinion. Two national champions, two 3.5s, one a 3.5. The other one is a bona fide 3.5. So we got us a good fight. You know what I'm saying? I think Frank Martin, he naturally bigger, so you need to go ahead and box him on the outside, move and groove a little bit, work the jab because he got the longer reach. We got southpaw on southpaw, so the lanes is open. You know what I'm saying? He need to try to invest in the body early. We've been seeing body work in big fights showing up big. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you got like a power puncher. Like with Idris Kabayel beat that Makhmudov motherfucker going to the body. Even looking at Daniel Dubois fighting against Ergovich going to the body. Go to the body early on it. Because, you know, if you're the naturally bigger man, one way to let the smaller man know that I'm the bigger man is to go to the body. Make him feel that shit. Even if he block it, he can still just feel the mass behind these punches and shit. You know what I'm saying? And try to break him down. I think that's his best bet. Try to break the motherfucker down in a smart way, like you say. Tank don't throw a lot of punches. We know that. But this fight might also force Tank to fight a different type of fight though. Because in the past he been fighting these kamikazes like Ryan Garcia. He want to just go to him all reckless and shit. Rolly Romero go to him reckless. He ain't got a guy that's gonna go to him reckless this time. So Tank probably gonna fight a different type of fight, you know what I'm saying? But I definitely think Martin need to use his athleticism, box the motherfucker, go to the body, and try to break him down. But for sure, Tank Davis is the rightful favorite in this fight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. I want people to know, because I had spoke on it earlier, not only does Tank set traps, but Tank can, when he wants to, push forward and put the other fighter on the back foot. And that's the thing that I want to see how Martin is going to handle. I want to see how he's going to deal with it, how he's going to negate that when he gets into that water. Miss Wilson, PhD, welcome to the channel. Glad to see you in here. Make yourself at home, put some questions in, say what you need to say, and everything like that. And we'll try to make sure we have you included in this conversation.
I want to see who's gonna be sharp early because both of them coming off some sizable layoffs. It's been 14 months for Tank Davis and 11 months for Frank Martin. So I want to see how they gonna look early in the fight. You know what I'm saying? Little shit like who gonna come out good and warmed up and shit like that gonna probably play a little factor in this fight too. Because you got two guys that can punch early. So if somebody get caught with something, you don't be surprised you see somebody do the stanky leg early, even if they hold on to continue, because you know they're coming off these layoffs. They might be kind of got a little rust on them.
Right, just now they need to be warmed up when they first step into the gym, to the ring. It should be already a lather. They should already work the lather up, had those muscles and everything warmed up, ready to react. I agree with you on that. Tank being out 14 months due to having some legal issues. We're not gonna get real deep on that. Only thing I'm gonna say on it with the legal issues was he's still training and working hard. It wasn't one of those kind of layoffs. I would have to hope and believe that the whole time Frank was out with no legal problems or anything, that he was working and trying to tighten himself up and keep himself skilled up and sharp. But I agree with you. I think it's gonna make a difference who comes out the fastest, who takes the longest to warm up, because the guy that's taking the longest to warm up could end up in trouble early. And I wouldn't want to see nobody doing the stanky leg too early. I would rather wait for him to get deep into the fight so I can go up and down on the emotional roller coaster. Rod X,
Well,
go
this
ahead.
This is Southpaw, man.
Yeah,
Sometimes sometimes you get the unexpected. Sometimes you get an El Rayo versus Edwin De Los Santos. The motherfucker just be catching each other with all kind of bombs, knocking each other down and shit. You get them type of fights when it's Southpaw and Southpaw. So this is a very volatile type of fight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it stands the chance to be that. I'm gonna give Tank an edge on that, seeing that he has some experience. I think he'll be a little more adept to be looking out for what could be coming straight down the pipe, seeing that he's fighting a lefty against a lefty. But like you said, he's been out of there for 14 months.
Yeah, but the thing is though, Tankton already showed good work against Southpaws. Like when he fought against Hector Garcia, went out there and got a stoppage on an Olympian. That's not easy to do. You know what I'm saying? It seemed like he fought another Southpaw. It might be slipping my mind. I thought he fought at least two of them. But, you know, he got 221 amateur fights. He was 206 and 15. Won all kind of national championships. He won a national PAL. He won a national Golden Gloves. He was a 3-time Silver Gloves winner. Like, this dude is the real motherfucking deal. Frank Martin, in comparison, only had, they say only 30-something fights. I haven't heard him say nothing, though. But if he only got 30-something fights, he got some pretty good accomplishments. Because he got a national Golden Gloves himself. He got a national Golden Gloves bronze medal. He also got one more medal. I think it might be a second place medal or something like that. I can't remember. But it's one more medal that he got. But that's not too shabby for a motherfucker with 30-something fights. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, in the pros, Frank Martin ain't never fought a southpaw. And when we look at his coach, what his coach did in a similar situation with Earl Spence versus Terrence Crawford, he didn't show us nothing when it comes to the southpaw versus southpaw situation. I mean, I guess I ain't gonna say he didn't show us nothing. He showed us a little something, but he didn't show us enough. He didn't show us nothing slick. He basically just tried to run through a brick wall and it didn't work out for him. But as far as all the slick shit, that was coming from Crawford. So I don't even know if Derrick James is even equipped for this situation because in the past he ain't showed me nothing. Well, I keep on saying he ain't showed me nothing. I hate to put him down like that, you know what I'm saying? But I ain't seen nothing that I'm impressed with it in Southpaw versus Southpaw situation. So I think that leans towards Tank Davis is the winner of this fight.
Okay, well, let me see it. I see it. Let me go take a deep breath when I say it clear. You're right. We didn't really see anything, any strategic changes in the ring. We didn't hear any strategic talk from Derrick James telling Earl what to do when he was facing old Bud, when Bud came out straight left-handed, everything coming straight down the pipe, can't stop the jab, couldn't really get away from anything. And you know, every once in a while, the cameraman with the microphone do give us a little privilege to hear what's going on in the corner. And I'll say it, the instructions that were given didn't seem like they were something that was adapt to dealing with this dude coming at you with the left hand. Now, I'm gonna hit these two statements because Miss Wilson, PhD, seemed to be saying quite a few things going on with Frank and Tank. But before that, I'm gonna say Rod X said I picked Tank in 9. But I low-key hope Frank wins to shake things up. It would be a hell of a what's the word? Upset. Yeah, it would be a hell of an upset if he comes out there and surprise. I would be surprised. You know, I'm still saying that I think he can pull it off. If he could stay out of the danger zones more times than not, and let his hands go that 30 to 35 times per round educatedly, then he stands a good chance to winning on the card. Now, I know it's Tank's name and everything like that, but I'll still say he stands a good chance to take it on the card or for people to be saying that's bullshit if he doesn't. That's just my opinion. Miss Wilson, PhD, says Martin keeps the same rhythm. He has openings in his defense. And she follows that up with Earl got whooped. True, sis, true. Salute, big bro. Ernest Davis in the house, aka Texas Timbo, Manny Draperlin, my favorite producer.
OG. What's up, OG? Salute.
Salute to you. With that being said, as far as Frank keeping the same rhythm, sis says she thinks he keeps the same rhythm and he has openings in his defense. I wouldn't argue against you with that. That's why I keep harping on the fact that Tank has to be, that Frank will have to be 100% sharp If he's nervous, use that nervousness, not to have nervous energy, but to stay focused, to be focused, to make sure a punch that he has to be aware of, which I give Pitbull Cruz a lot of credit for. He has to be aware of that uppercut, especially when they're close, because Tank doesn't just throw it on the inside. He'll come out, he'll throw an uppercut from a little distance. So you have to be aware of that for Frank. Frank, he gonna have to keep the head mitts on the whole fight. I don't care if he has a little fatigue kicking in. These things that Derrick James must pump into his ear all the time is your defense has to be spectacular. Your defense has to be on point throughout the whole fight, because it could be that one time that you slip that Tank end up deciding that he wants to take that shot and catch you. I can't say that I've seen Frank take as many flush shots as we've seen Tank eat. I don't know what kind of reaction Frank is going to give me if he takes a flush shot. If he gets wobbled, what's his recuperative powers like? How fast will he get straight? Will he be lost in the wilderness like Julius Williams, or will he be able to straighten himself up quick like Bud?
Yeah, that motherfucker he ain't took no shots like this out from the real fight, so that's a question mark for him coming into this fight. It seemed like he got a decent chin, but we're gonna get a chance to see how good his chin really is. You know what I'm saying? If he could take Tank shots and kind of break Tank down with his own body shots and stuff like that, I think he got a slight chance. But overall, I got to take Tank, man, because I ain't seen no evidence that they ready for southpaws over there. This dude ain't never fought a southpaw as a professional, not one time. I think that's whoever is in charge of building him up as a fighter did a bad job with that. And whoever say that they do the same thing, I mean, that's a good point, because like Tank, his superpower is his timing and his photographic memory. That motherfucker, if you do the same thing more than one time, he gonna, like, that first time he gonna take a picture in his mind what it looked like, and if you do it again, he gonna come with something real fucked up. You know what I'm saying? And it's gonna hurt real bad.
Leo Santa Cruz learned that real bad standing in the corner when he missed with that headshot. The Tank slipped to the left and sent that hellacious uppercut, which people thought it had killed the man.
I called that one. And, also, that motherfucker Ryan Garcia was throwing all them hooks, and Tank came with that mean counter. That's what he do. So you can't be in there doing the same shit repetitively, man. You're gonna have to mix it up and show him some different looks. But that kind of skill normally comes with a fighter that's been doing this shit since they was in elementary school. This guy got a late start. Even though he got the accomplishments, he got a limited number of amateur fights for his development. He don't got like a ton of fights as a pro. He ain't never fought a southpaw. It's just too many holes in his development and who he is as a fighter for me to take him over Tank. You know what I'm saying? So I got to roll with Tank, man. Probably got to say knockout. I'm probably late knockout, like KO 9, KO 10 type shit.
Man, I see we kind of thinking along the same tracks. I'm still gonna say if this is a big if Frank can do the things that we suggest, be able to box, stay out of the danger zone as much as possible. And I'm not saying run. I'm just saying use the skills that we saw against Michelle Rivera. Those pretty pivots, grabbing him by the waist and pivoting him around and being set when he finally gets set to attack or defend.
This is the thing, though, OG. This is the thing. I hate to interrupt you. You can't even really look at that type of fight as an example, because that was against an orthodox fighter.
True.
Like, this is a whole different type of puzzle. Like, that type of situation.
Oh shit! Why? Go ahead, bro. My bad.
That type of situation, almost like it's a whole nother sport down there. You know what I'm saying? The difference between being a like an orthodox fighter going against southpaws, or like when you're going against orthodox fighters, man, that shit is a major difference in that ring. And this dude is in the rarest matchup there is in boxing. That is southpaw versus southpaw. And a lot of the time, except for Shakur Stevenson versus Edwin De Los Santos, but besides that fight, most of the time, these fights are very volatile and explosive. You know what I'm saying? So you can't even look at that type of fight against Michelle Rivera and look at that as what he can do in preparation for this fight. That ain't gonna even work.
Yeah, you're right. You know, I didn't I didn't add to the factor that Michelle Rivera is an orthodox fighter. Everything that Frank looked good in that fight, he would have to do backwards. He would have to do it the opposite direction.
It ain't even that. It's like it's a whole different type of approach. Like if you got southpaw and southpaw, you can get out there and work off your jab real smooth, real pretty, like an orthodox versus orthodox. You know what I'm saying? If it's southpaw versus orthodox and you're a southpaw, you're going to have to work out that lead left hand for the most part. But you got that option to step around that lead foot and get to the dorsal side, get to the blind spot on your opponent like Lomachenko and them used to do. And at the same time, when you saw Lomachenko fight people like Luke Campbell, he had to be more in front of them. He couldn't use his step around like he normally do because he was against a southpaw instead of an orthodox fighter this time. You know what I'm saying? So the whole mechanics of the fight is totally different. That's the reason if you look overall, if you got southpaw versus orthodox, the knockouts decrease because they really not hitting each other as often as when you got the same stance. Unless you got special fighters like Crawford and Tank Gervonta Davis, they'll knock out anybody. But for normal people, the southpaw, the knockouts decrease. Like for example, like Bam Rodriguez when he was winning them fights and shit, he took the fight on short notice and fought that real tough guy, Carlos Quadras. He fighting people like that. And he fought this other guy too. I can't remember his name though, but they was going the distance. But when he got off in there with Sauron Visa, who's another southpaw like him, look at the display that he put on Sauron Visa. That was the prettiest performance that he had to date. That jab was working. The lanes was wide open. He would hit that motherfucker with everything. He got Sauron Visa out of there in like 7 rounds. And Sauron Visa ain't no punk. You know what I'm saying? But when you got that southpaw versus southpaw nigga, that shit had you wide open out there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got you, bro. I got you. The more I think about it, the harder of a challenge it is that I think it's gonna be for Frank, especially if a prime tank come in and he just shook the layoff off of him quick. You know, if he can get that peeled off of him. It's just well, we should get a chance to see what kind of whiskers Frank got. We will get to see because he's gonna take some punches. I can already see that's gonna happen. And if he's on point, because people don't give Tank enough that when the hard punches are being thrown at Tank, he seems to be able to get away from those moves. He seems to be ready for him. Either that hand comes up or he ducks up under. I'm excited to see what's going to happen. I'm excited for Frank because he dare I say, an overachiever. Yeah, he has achieved a lot. He has gained a lot. But now we're going to see, do you have enough heart? Did you soak up enough information? Did Derek James, does he have you really, truly prepared to face a lefty? This is your first time facing a lefty in the pros. And you going against, dare I say, once again, possibly the most dangerous lefty that's at that weight division. It's a lot to overcome. And he's been doing this since he was 7. You started late because you was a wrestler at first. I seen him talk about that. And I was high on it's a few of these boxers just like that. Before I say I was high. That was Earl Spence, late start, Wilder, late start. Then Anthony Joshua, he didn't start too early either, did he?
Nah, he started but About 18, something like
Right.
that. He had to put a late start.
So they like anomalies in the game, and it's crazy that they all happen to be in the game at the same time right now. They've all accomplished some big stuff, but now here Frankie he's either attempting to accomplish his biggest achievement, or he finna run up against, dare I say, he finna run up against Earl Spence's wall that he ran up against Terrence Crawford.
Well, the situation is a little bit different. I mean, Earl ran into a goddamn buzzsaw. He came off a 17-month layoff, and then he fought a dude, a well-oiled machine. Just had a fight about 6-7 months ago against Avanesian. You know what I'm saying? Knocked the rust off and shit, stay sharp. And Earl ran into a buzzsaw. Thank God for Frank that Tank Davis is coming in off a 14-month layoff. So this is not the sharpest version that we could possibly get of Tank Davis. Even if he gonna win the fight, it's just not advantageous to a fighter to not fight in 14 months. That's a long time for a fighter. You know what I'm saying? If that motherfucker will fight on a regular basis, that's that well-oiled machine. And for a while he getting like 2 fights a year. That's pretty good for a modern day fighter. But you know, lately the activity done went down. So that's another variable going into this fight. You know what I'm saying? But we gonna see though, man.
Yeah, I would in my opinion, I would say, let me see, I'll make sure we ain't missing nobody. Miss Wilson PhD said, ain't no forcing Tank back unless you got an effective jab. That's usually, that's usually what I won't say what causes, but yeah, an effective jab against Tank would serve you well. But I think Tank is equipped to be able to take a jab away by parrying it, by moving away from it. Yeah, he'll eat a couple of them, but I think he'll be able to parry enough away. And like you said, his memory serves him well. He not only sitting there parrying and dodging your jab, but he also seeing what you following up with, what you like to follow up with. And I think that's where the building of when he decides to strike is going to catch you. Every guy that I pretty much seen him do the gazelle punch with the left or the right hand, it's always after he kind of got him lulled to sleep, if that makes sense. Like the action kind of paused for a minute. He's sitting there like he kind of playing with him. Bam, out of nowhere, he catch him. When moments like that happen, Frank need to pump the jab. And he better be pumping a good, solid, educated jab. And don't always shoot that mug right straight at the head. He gonna have to go to the body, like you said. Let the big man show, cause Du Bois was tearing up Urkovic's body. He was doing that. He did. Once Urkovic started kind of protecting that body, the head became open. Damn, Du Bois was really looking good in that fight. Which shows sparring don't mean a damn thing when you fighting against the same dude. When those gloves shrink in size and that headgear goes, can you still think? Yeah, it's an excitable thing. Frank said he got colder skills than Gervonta. He said Gervonta isn't a high IQ fighter. Really? Well, he fighting Tank. Of course, he would say that Frank would say that he got the colder skills than Gervonta, and he said Gervonta isn't a high IQ fighter. I beg to differ. I think Tank thinks very well when he's in the ring. People might still hold against him when he was young and he wasn't that great of an interview when he was young, but you have to attribute that to him being young. But don't let the slow speech or miscorrect enunciations fool you and think that person's mind ain't strong. That man know what he's doing when he steps inside that ring.
He does, but I can understand why some people might say something like that, because they keep on thinking about the fights where he was down on the cards and he went and got the knockout. Like when he fought against Santa Cruz banking rounds. He was outworking him, outlanding him, winning rounds. Same thing with Barrios. Barrios was outworking him, banking rounds. But Tank Davis is able to like turn it up to some kind of crazy level and go out there and go get you if he need to. If Mayweather come to that motherfucker in the corner and tell him, hey man, we down on the unofficial, And then he get mad at Mayweather, man, I got to be honest with you. That's my job. I got to be honest with you. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, then he go bite down on his mouthpiece and he gonna go get you. But at the same time, what if you need to go get him, but you can't get him this time? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's always like a lingering thought. You know, even the way he been fighting lately, like he been doing an outstanding job knocking motherfuckers out. You know what I'm saying? You look at his record, all you see is knockout, knockout, knockout. But it's still like a unique type of style that he been fighting, kind of where he hanging back, smiling at his opponent, trying to make him mad and shit. And they get mad and try to jump on him with all kind of crazy shit. And he over there just got him wide open for counters. You know what I'm saying? Just turn their ass up. He got a low punch output, but he got a high connect percentage. Like, he landing a high percentage of power punches on the motherfucker, but they counters. You know what I'm saying? Like, he ain't really initiating a lot of offense for the most part these days. You know what I'm saying? That's why his punch output's so low. But he's still knocking motherfuckers out. So I guess that's probably why people be saying the type of stuff that they say about him. But he definitely is a thinker in the ring, an operator. He know how to do what he need to do. And if he just got a straight bite down on his mouthpiece and just go out there and be a dog and just go out there and go get you, he can do that too. And to me, like, when people talk about a complete fighter, to me, that's part of that puzzle of being a complete fighter. Sometimes you just got to go get him, man. It make me think about Sugar Ray Robinson, man, when he had fought against what's my guy from the UK. He fought Sugar Ray Robinson, went on tour over there for about a month, like 29 days, and he had 4 fights. I can't think of my guy, but he beat Sugar Ray Robinson, man. This guy, this real big strong guy, Randy Turpin is his name. He beat Sugar Ray Robinson for the title when Sugar Ray Robinson was out on tour in England. So they had the rematch in the States, and he was actually doing well in this fight. And he opened up a cut on Sugar Ray Robinson. The referee wanted to stop the fight, but Sugar Ray Robinson told him to just let me get one more round. And he went out there and stopped that motherfucker that next round. You know what I'm saying? Just bit down on his mouthpiece, went out there to go get him. Referee about to stop the fight. It's either me or you. It's going to be you today. You know what I'm saying? Went out there and stopped that motherfucker, got him out of there. He said he was thinking do or die. So I think that's a big part of being a tough fighter. And to be honest with you, I see that in Tank, but I see a little bit of that in Martin too. Martin showed me that when he fought against that damn Olympic bronze medalist in his last fight, because I felt like he was down on the cards, and I felt like the guy was slightly ahead in the fight, and he bit down on his mouthpiece and came strong down the stretch and got some knockdowns and all kind of shit to pull the fight out. I think that was some dog, and I respect that. So I feel like we got 2 dogs going against each other. Just one dog got more experience than the other.
Yes, that part right there. And that's what I'm leaning on. I'm leaning on the dog with the experience. It would be nice to see. I can't even call him a young pup because he's 29, about to be 29. But yeah, it wouldn't. I wouldn't be mad to see Frank win. I would, it's a good guy and everything like that. But the odds right now in my mind, I'm not trying to change nobody else's. The odds have always been a little skewed toward Tank because he's been doing it for so long, and I can see that he know what he's doing. Of course, he had his problems early with the weight and all that stuff, but I don't know if somebody talked to him or we saw something or what happened, but I think he's gotten a lot more locked in from the young Tank, which you just had to give him time to do a little growing up. And right now, I think he's taking it real serious, and it's going to be a problem when it comes down to it could be a problem. I'm thinking it's going to be a problem. It's going to be a hard fight for Frank, more so than Tank. But I'm hoping I'm wrong. I'm hoping that Frank can go out there and make a great impression and a great showing for himself, because he keeps saying that people are not giving him a chance. But he's right. We haven't really seen enough to make us say we gonna go. Well, I haven't seen enough to make me say yeah, I'll go ahead and ride with you against Tank. I just can't do that yet.
Yeah, man. A lot of time too, when we see fighters on this type of level for the first time, all them bright lights and them cameras and all them interviews and all this kind of stuff, the motherfuckers to come out like some deer in some headlights sometimes. When they did the arrivals today, I saw Frank. Frank pulled up in that bitch with a purse, eating some candy. I said, well, that's an odd thing to see. You know what I'm saying?
Hold
But
on.
huh?
You made me choke on my drink. You said a purse and eating some candy.
Yeah, they had a purse, eating some candy. I took a picture and posted it in the Discord.
Wow.
I was like, yeah, that's kind of odd. So that made me think maybe kind of loose. But when he got out there and did the interview, I could tell he was very nervous. Like he could barely even talk. Like he could barely even put the sentence together. Like he started to say something, and then he just was like, I'm gonna knock his ass out. I'm gonna knock his ass out. Like he couldn't even finish his sentence. He was kind of like, I guess his adrenaline was high, like butterflies in his stomach, and he was just kind of nervous, and he couldn't really get his sentence together. So he just said, "I'm gonna knock his ass out." So I could tell he real nervous, man. He ain't never did nothing on this level. It ain't like he done fought at the Olympics. He ain't been at the AIBA World Championships fighting international. He ain't done none of that to be in like on this type of big stage. You know what I'm saying? Tank ain't either, but Tank done been in on the big stage as a pro, fighting on pay-per-view and all this kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? So this is uncharted territory for Frank Martin for sure.
Very uncharted. And it suits Tank perfectly if you to believe that he said that when he saw it going down for Floyd, how he cried because he wanted that. Well, he's slowly getting it. And so when people like that say that they thrive under the lights, I know we can say that Tank has, been losing some fights and everything like that, and up until now, we can't say that he hasn't been correct at the way he's been doing it. We've been saying it for a long time. This is Frank's first dance under bright lights. Pay-per-view, you the headliner, you fighting boxing's darling 135 pounder in Tank. Yeah, you got Lomachenko and Shakur and all these other guys, but when it come down to it and you say Tank fighting, but all of Hollywood coming, athletes are coming, people finna spend money so they can go see Tank. Yeah. That's what you done put yourself into. You done put yourself into that.
You gotta really go out there and kick his ass if you want to take down all them lights. You know what I'm saying? Like you gonna have to really go out there and whoop the shit out of Tank. That's what he gonna have to do. Ain't nothing impossible, but if I would have to bet my money, I'm gonna put my money on Tank. Even though you ain't gonna win none because he a 6-1 favorite, but I'd rather win a little bit than lose a lot.
A lot?
Yeah.
My sentiments exactly.
But on the cool though, man, I got 2 3.5s, man. On second thought, hell, I might take a shot at them 4.5 to 1 odds. Hell, I more than likely won't, but I'm just saying on second thoughts. Yeah, for it is Tank 5 times the fighter this man is. I don't know.
Experience wise, I'll give him 2 times.
Think you twice the fighter? Well,
yeah.
If that's how you feel, you got to put your money on Frank then and get them odds.
Wait, did I say I think Frank twice the fighter or Tank twice the fighter than Frank?
Tank twice the fighter. Tank is twice the fighter, and they giving you 4.5 to 1 odds. They mean that you got to take the odds and take Frank. Yeah, to justify that shit, you're gonna have to think that Tank is 5 times the fighter that Frank is.
I don't think that.
Yeah, I wouldn't lay them type of odds against a national champion like that. But we do got us a crazy ass bet this week though. We took Leon Paro over Subriel and Matias. We probably gonna lose that motherfucker, but I like how
We going against Subriel?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I ain't scared of no motherfucking shit. If I got a dude with a deep amateur background and some talent, we gonna take us a shot. Hell, you see what happened when we bet on that motherfucker Baranchik to go out there and beat Navarrete. Saw what happened right there. Also with the youngster too, Brian Norman Jr. over Santee, and the only problem was we took the decision and he knocked his ass out. So yeah, man, I ain't about to be scared of these motherfuckers. Matias, he won his last fight against Jukambayev or whatever his name was, but that dude was landing some nice shots on Matias' ass early from that southpaw stance. Power is a lot more. Oh, this is another thing too. When Jukambayev, when he was early in the fight, he was using the Eastern European style where they like to fight real long and extend the lead hand and probe with it and shit and find openings. He was having success with that early in the fight, and he just got away from that for some reason. Pyro is pretty good with that shit. So I think he got a style that can present some problems. This dude had a little amateur background, fought at the AIBA World Championships and shit like that. He didn't medal, but he went though. Australia kind of hot with their fighters and shit. They got some good ones over there. Sam Goodman and Jao Pataya and motherfuckers like that. I know Subriel Matias is the boogeyman, but I done seen him get beat already. He lost to this motherfucker. What's his name? Petros Anayan. Yeah, he lost to Petros. Petros went out there and outboxed that motherfucker, man. He ain't undefeated. He done got outboxed before. And Pyro said, I'm going to go out there and outbox him. That's what he said. I like how he talking. He going to go out there and outbox him. And
Okay.
they giving us 4.5 to 1 odds on the money line.
I mean,
Hell yeah.
I'm sitting here moving money around right now. Trying to...
Well, hell, I sent that shit along.
No,
you must go...
anything you gave me, I'm on something else. I'm moving some other money.
Oh, I'm about to say, because I sent that shit a long time ago.
Yeah, I got all my picks that you just said. I got all my picks. Got them all.
Yeah.
Well, let me see. Frank fought 2 southpaws in the pros and got 2 second round knockouts back to back with Huck and Latchman.
What do you say?
He said that Frank fought 2 southpaws in the pros and got 2 second round KOs back to back.
I don't know how I missed that thing because I went through the man record and looked at every opponent and didn't see no southpaws. So I don't know how I missed that shit if I did.
Good.
But if I did miss it, appreciate the correction. I guess that would change things.
A little bit.
A little bit, yeah. Yeah, that changed things. He done had 2 fights against southpaw. Just that experience.
2 stops in the second round.
That ain't a lot of rounds. It'd be good if he had some rounds, but it's better than nothing, though, I suppose.
Yeah, that's a hell of a lot better than nothing. He could be going in there straight blind.
Yeah. And he showed some success. Like when Earl fought the southpaw early, when he fought that African, what's that motherfucker name? They caught him with the loopy left hand and hurt him.
Oh, the short one with the funny kind of haircut. I know who you're talking about, but I can't remember the dude's name.
Emmanuel Larte or some shit like that. I think it was Larte. But he caught Earl, yeah, he showed some signs. And then we looking in the amateurs, he lost to Serek Sepiev and Andre Zamkovoy, 2 decorated amateurs. So we saw some signs that Earl probably struggled with amateurs. So I can't say the same thing about Frank so far.
Okay. Miss Wilson is putting a little light onto that situation. She said Regal was right. BoxRec shows Martin KO 2 southpaws. She followed up with horrible records, laughing out loud, but wins.
Okay. I appreciate the correction.
Appreciate it 100%. We got Joseph Brown in the house. JB, my brother, what's going on? Sorry I got to you late. He say salute, MZ. Tank Davis is the best fighter in the world in his Leonard Ellaby voice. You know, the Ellaby is gonna promote the hell out of the fighters that's up under the banner that he representing.
That's
He showed love like that for Floyd when Floyd was fighting. Frank could do. I mean, he said, what did he say? Tank could do whatever he want. He could fight backwards. He could fight forwards. He could fight side to side. It don't matter. Frank is a good fighter, but Tank gonna do whatever he want. That's Leonard Ellerby right there. Straight up.
I got to push back on you though. Salute to my brother Joseph Brown, by the way. They got a mass exodus of fighters from their promotional company right now. So obviously he don't go hard for all of them. He might go hard for the Golden Geese, but not just your everyday fighters that they done signed. And they done had some good talent and stuff, but recently there's been some fighters leaving. I even saw one fighter, I can't think of his name, a youngster. He say that he thinking about signing with MVP, signing with Jake Paul. And I was like, man, never in my life would I think that Jake Paul would be a more attractive destination in the sport of boxing than Floyd Mayweather. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy to me because the man used to have talent like what was the motherfucker name? Badu Jack, Memphis Miller. What was the one with the girlfriend and shit, LaTondra Jones? What the one, J. Leon Love? Like he had fighters like that, and they wasn't just the best, but now he getting national champions and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And them motherfuckers leaving. So I can't even say they go hard for him, man. I wish I could.
Well, I was saying that I didn't make no mistake. I was just saying that he go hard for Tank like that, like he went for Floyd. I don't know any other fighter that he's really just buckled down for like that and really rolled for him. Actually, those are the only two names that he's really just buckled down for, unless you just cornered him and asked him about another fighter that was in the stable that he would speak well about him. But for the most part, it's always been Floyd and Tank. As far as Leonard Ellerby is concerned.
Yeah, they need to go hard for all them youngsters, man, and get them some fights. That's what they need to do.
We got Dank Martin in the house, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not quite sure who Dank is, but he gonna let us know right now.
What's happening, man?
Oh,
Going there, bro. Salute.
What's
Good,
going
man.
on?
I was just listening to y'all talk about that Frank and Tank fight, and I actually agree with you about the way Frank bit down on Howard Tunian. So that's the thing right there. That's, to me, that's the X factor in the fight. Like if all that boxing shit go out the window, I think that's Frank's real chance at winning the fight.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. I know all the things that Frank is pretty much capable of doing. It's just that I've seen enough times already these guys that accomplish so much so fast, starting so late, they get to a certain point where it's a problem. Yeah, it's gonna play a slight difference for Tank because Tank been out the ring for like 14 months, and Martin like what 8 or 9, somewhere around there. So they both kind of had a layoff. But I'm suspecting Tank will be able to shake it off sooner than not, and it's gonna look good. I would give the first 3 or 4 rounds, but once round 5 kick in, I think we're gonna start seeing a pull away. And if I could be wrong, but I'm thinking that's when Tank will start being able to land what he wants, because I think he'll put Martin in the spot where the tutelage that he's received, he'll be tested every aspect of it. And in order for him to come out, yeah, he'll have to have hard, but his thinking gonna have to go into hyperdrive, I think, where he'll have to start making decisions and making them fast on the fly. That's just my opinion. I think Tank is gonna push him to the point where he max out at what he's learned, and he's gonna have to start flying on autopilot.
Yeah, in these situations, man, a lot of the time the shorter southpaw, he'll have the advantage. Especially if he got some offensive talent, like he can get off some nice shit. Like when Santa Cruz, Edwin De Los Santos, when he fought against El Rayo and El Rayo stepped to him, Rayo got off some nice shit, but Santos was coming with some mean combination, bop, bop, and knocking him on his ass. Same thing with Josh Taylor when he just fought against this Catterall, man, in a rematch. First fight, too, you know what I'm saying? The motherfucker stepped to that short of southpaw. It seemed like whatever he threw, Catterall was coming over the top of that shit with some nice shit. Sprinkling all kind of hot sauce on my boy, Taylor gang. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, you getting all some nice work, man. That shit was pretty. Pretty combinations. Real talk. I just see that shit, like, and plus I just know, like, when you got that short of southpaw in front of you, man, that's a different type of like style to deal with. It's difficult. You know what I'm saying? Like, it almost feel like you're reaching down into a hole or something. You don't know what's in there. Because you're gonna kind of reach for this guy. He ain't got that much surface area to hit on, so it's hard to go to the body. You know what I'm saying? And you kind of got to come down to his level to get your offense off, and that kind of leave you vulnerable for their counter shots.
Right.
So, yeah, that's just a fucked up type of style, and that one punch knockout power that Tank got. He's still down there in his best weight classes. It ain't like he done moved up to 140 or 147 or something. He's still down there lightweight. That's where he knocking motherfuckers, making them look like they dead down there. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So this just like I think a wrong place at the wrong time for Frank. I can't see him winning.
Yeah, on paper that is what it's supposed to be. So I mean that wouldn't be surprising.
On paper, it actually, well, for me on paper, it's actually supposed to be close. I got a 3.5 versus a bona fide 3.5. You know what I'm saying? So it's supposed to be relatively close on paper for me, but just looking at the other variables, it start leaning towards Tank more heavily for me.
Well, I'm just saying on paper because Tank got a much more extensive background and Frank started late. But Frank does have the wrestling background. It ain't like he was a football player or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? That is a combat background. So I
He
know he
played
is a
ball too, though.
strong dude. What they know?
He said he played ball too, though. What he said, I saw him in the interview. He said he played some football. He said
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
just
but
all
you know,
around athlete.
yeah, he got that wrestling background. So I know he's a strong dude. So I feel like if it was a street fight, Frank might win, but it's boxing, so let's see.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe he'll be able to clinch up on the inside or something, man, because he definitely don't want to be in close with Tank with them shorter arms and all that power. If he clinched that motherfucker, he gonna have to clinch him like Crawford clinched Porter. Snatch his little ass up and carry him off somewhere. Make sure he don't throw a punch. That's exactly what he did. I posted off in the Discord. That nigga grabbed Porter, picked him up, and took him and escorted him to the rope. I was like, damn, that nigga strong in a motherfucker. For real. Snatched
Well,
him up like a child.
hold on. Joseph Brown say, no, I already read that. I'm not cutting y'all off. I just want to get this in real quick. Tank got Aaron Pryor in him when it comes to getting after his opponent after and finishing the fight. Well, I just do know that when it comes to him, I recognize that he can put pressure on when he needs to. We've actually seen him fight almost in every way. We just haven't seen it all in one fight. I hope that makes sense because we seen him fighting, laid back, like you say, smiling at the opponent. We seen him being defensive, talking to the corner, all kind of stuff. I just feel that Frank is gonna get pushed. This is gonna make or break it. This is a make or break type thing. This is a make people be like, oh, okay, we got something new on the horizon, or it could be like, oh well, Tank did what he did, but Frank got to put in a good fight from start to finish.
Yeah, I say Sugar Ray Leonard. Like when Sugar Ray Leonard fought against Hitman Hearns, you're blowing it, son. You're blowing it. And that motherfucker go out there and and go take some. You know what I'm saying? Like when it's do or die, and you gotta you gotta get it right now. Gotta have a win, and he able to go out there and go get that shit. That's like that Sugar Ray. Whether it's Sugar Ray Robinson versus Randy Turpin or Sugar Ray Leonard versus Hitman Hearns, that kind of shit. Yeah.
Going down the line, he was out trying to get his phone. Nala D said she definitely giving Martin a chance. She got Tank still by UD and not by KO. She laughed about the Candy situation. But Miss Wilson PhD said this is Martin's opportunity to establish himself as the best. But he's got to beat the brakes off Tank to win. Yeah. Got to outbox or drop him at least twice. If not, it isn't happening. He won't win.
He said he drop him at least twice, huh? I think if you go out there and bank some early rounds and get a late knockdown, I think the late knockdown would be like an exclamation point. You know what I'm saying? If it ain't like that, you probably do got to get 2 knockdowns, like some Ryan Garcia versus Devin Haney type shit. You know what I'm saying? But I think if you go out there and bank some early rounds and cause some damage and get a late knockdown, I think that might get him over the top, maybe. But I agree with you though, for sure. You got to go out there and get a definitive win, for sure.
Yeah, I agree with her on that as well. What say you, Dank Martin? I guess you don't say nothing. Joseph Brown say Frank definitely showing he ain't been on the big stage, alluding back to we were speaking about how he could when you were speaking about how he couldn't finish the statement up on stage. I'll be looking for him to be a little more calm the next time we see him at the interviews and stuff. I think he'll be able to get his talking and stuff together. I think hopefully he slowly falls into it and get an understanding of what's going on. Derrick James should be able to try to walk him through some of this, seeing that he did have the same kind of dealings with Earl when Earl was getting ready to fight Terrence Crawford. It wasn't like that was no unstar-studded spot. They actually had Eminem to come out and walk Terrence down the damn aisle. So it was some stars at that fight as well. Hopefully, Coach James figured out how to keep his fighter calm and under control when it comes down to it. But we'll see.
We got some other big fights this weekend too, by the way.
Yeah. We David Benavidez is fighting. Where's the post it? There it is.
Yeah. I think if Gvozdyk wasn't 37, I definitely think it'd be a tough fight for David. But he is older. I'm a big believer in out with the old, in with the new. He did this thing 5 years ago. This is the older version of him. A guy that's already been stopped before, even though he got stopped by a motherfucking freak of nature and Benavidez. But still, though, that dented that sense of invincibility. And this is a slower version of him. As a matter of fact, I recently watched this fight with Benavidez, as a matter of fact. And I compared it to his recent fights. And he looked like a different guy. You know, he looked like a good fighter still, but the punches wasn't as fast. He wasn't throwing combinations. He was throwing more like 2-punch combinations. But in the past, he was throwing 3 and 4 punch combinations. Footwork was a lot more crisp, more smooth, faster too, like the pace that he was moving. He fought in a circle more. These recent fights, he's been standing in front of guys. So he just look a little different. Maybe it's taking a couple of fights for him to get his bearings straight again, so he can get close to the fighter that he used to be. I don't know. But I know one thing, out with the old, in with the new. You had your time. And, you know, you got these other guys on the block now. So I think I got to lean toward David Benavidez. I got to go against my damn scale. Because I know Gvozdyk is an Olympic silver medalist, 250 amateur fights, won national championships in the Ukraine. He a bad motherfucker, but out with the old, in with the new.
Yeah, he old. He got this youngster that's on the prowl, I'll say. Finally decided to stop chasing Canelo and start painting his own picture and getting his own legacy stated up. Fast hands, strong, can bring pressure. This is his first fight at 175, but I think David has a lot that he's gonna be trying to prove that he's ready to be at 175, and nobody can beat it. He got that image to kind of keep holding up. I haven't seen anything really weak about him or that screams for David. I must just say that I agree out with the old in with the new. I expect old boy to put up some good resistance. Some good resistance for at least the first 3 rounds, unless David happened to catch him with something out of the ordinary. But I think he can put up some good resistance around the first 3 rounds before the gas tank and stuff start to break down.
Like D talking about Gary Antoine Russell. Yeah, that's another Southpaw versus Southpaw. He fighting against Berto Puello. The Southpaw. Matter of fact, he won a nice bet for us because he went out there and he beat Batir Akhmedov by decision. And they got us almost 2-1 odds and shit.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yes, salute to Puello for that shit, but he's a sizable underdog going into this fight. We get to see what he's gonna look like without the PEDs now. He do got some very long arms, man. And he can sting you with them shots, man. I think they call them La Avispa. I think that stand for the wasp. And I think he be stinking the shit out the motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying? For real, he a good fighter, man. The Dominicans, they put together a good little old squad, man. Real talk, man. Like him and Hector Garcia. The other Dominican, I think he had 140. The one that went out there and stopped. I can't think his name either. That tall motherfucker that Terrence Crawford stopped. The Eastern European. God damn, I can't think of these motherfuckers' names, but they got some good fighters with them Dominicans. Yeah, Victor Poster. Yeah, this dude I'm thinking about, Elvis Rodriguez or some shit like that, man. They got some good fighters with the Dominicans, so they bringing some heat. But I think it's gonna be tough to beat this Bulldog Russell.
Man,
He's a Bulldog, man. His activity ain't worth a damn, but he got 100% knockout streak for a reason. He a Olympian. That motherfucker got 3 amateur wins against Boots Ennis. That's all you need to know about his talent. He get up in your chest. Like when it comes to pit bulls, you got the head dog, chest dog, stifle dog. This is a chest dog, nigga. He gonna get up in your chest. And Southpaw versus Southpaw, the lane's open. I think he gonna go out there and fuck Puello up, man. Puello ain't got a lot of power. He got 22 wins with only 10 knockouts. So that ain't the highest knockout percentage. What is that about? 45% or some shit like that?
You say 20 wins with 10 knockouts?
Yeah. I think
That's
about 45%. Huh?
I said that's half.
Not quite half. Half is 11. This is right below that. So I think it's like 45%.
Okay.
Yeah. Or 46, somewhere off in there. So that ain't a lot of power, man, to keep this dog off him. So he gonna have this pit bull on him, man. I gotta take Russell. I'll probably take him late stoppage as well, 9th or 10th, something like that.
That's another fight that I did say I felt like was going to end. I think, in my opinion, I think the main event, the co-main, they gonna end with. I think they gonna end with knockouts. I think Gary Russell fight gonna end with a knockout. I'm looking for Matias fight to end with a knockout or a stoppage. I'm looking for every fight to be a stoppage. Now I could be asking for a lot. I might be seeing too much, but I'm just saying this is actually what I'm seeing.
It's good fights, man, for sure.
I'm excited about it. Give me a second. Real quick. I can't take it no more. I gotta get. Hey, Decay, holla at it. I got this fight I want to show y'all too. But I'll be right back.
I can't even see the chat or nothing because I ain't even got my other device. Let me get this motherfucker. Trying to get my other device, y'all, so I can see the chat. I'm just gonna scroll down and I see OG. Salute to you, OG. Ms. Wilson say thanks. Eric Carr said the uppercut's gonna be lethal. I can't believe it got here so fast. That shit did get here fast. This year going by fast. But you know that good boxing make the year go by fast, man. Salute to the your excellency. You know what I'm saying? Putting together all these good fights and shit, man. I can't wait till August 3rd, man. That's gonna be a huge fight card for sure. He said Tank is in there doing them Sean T90 workouts. He ready. Yeah, that's what he said too. Regal Rottweiler say Leon Walsh. He a southpaw. What are you talking about, Leon Walsh? I know that's who Tank fought for his first championship when he came out to that Michael Jackson. He said, Jesus Cuellar. That sounds kind of familiar. I can't think who that is. I definitely know Hector Garcia. He said he fought two southpaw. Okay, I think he done read that shit. Let me see where I'm at. Where he at. Yeah, I remember I think he saw that Horrible Records. I remember him saying that. Let me scroll down. I'm gonna try to find where he at.
I'm back. I'm at Joseph Brown where he said David by a stoppage. And Lala D came in with MZ. I'm still in. She said she's still in and now listening, just not typing. Okay. Ivy said David is likely not fighting this weekend. Don't put too much stock in the fight. Well, I'm hoping that it's just rumored that he got a cut or something. I'm hoping whatever it is not enough to stop the fight. So I'm gonna talk about it like as if it's still happening. Joseph Brown speaks on the layoff that I can't say the guy's name. That David fighting. He said can't pick him because of it. He had the layoff. David will wear him down and beat him in 7 or 8. You give him 7 or 8. I said he was going to be able to tough it out for about 4, and then I figured that he'd turn around with the drama like that for him after that. That's 2 fights. I said that it'll be about 4 rounds, and then you'll start seeing the difference between the fighters. That's the second fight I said that. It's just what I see.
He actually ain't coming off a layoff right now because he done had 2 fights since he came back. But just in the span of 5 years, he's only had 2 fights. So that's the problem. But here lately, he has had 2 fights though.
Matter of fact, I see this fight level. Let me see if I can pull it up for y'all. So, you know how every time it's something at the job that's crazy, and Reed Lala D laughing. She said when that guy was teaching Canelo slang, and he taught Canelo what rent free means, and then told Canelo that Benavidez lives in his head rent free, and Canelo said everything. He said every night, correction, Canelo lives in Benavidez's head. Word bulldog Lala. Okay, pretty much we pretty much good in the chat. Everybody else conversation been together. Dino say he think Benavidez fight goes to full 12. Rod X said he believe he picks Russell in 10, and he forgot Puello was on PEDs. And Dilo said it was Elvis Rodriguez.
Well, Elvis Rodriguez, okay. Appreciate that.
So, shoot. My
We got some
overnight
other
guy.
good fights though, man. We got the rematch between Chris Billiam Smith and Richard Riakporhe. I don't know who the fuck to pick in that fight. I already ain't no good with rematches. And like the first fight appears to be very close. I didn't see it personally, and I can't find no footage. I just been reading about it. Some people say that they felt like it was a robbery for Chris Billiam Smith. The scorecards was 96-93 for each man, and the tiebreaker was a knockdown that caused a 95-94 scorecard in favor of Riakporhe. But it seemed like both fighters then had their success in the fight. We got this other fight with this guy named Jack Massey. He fighting against Isaac Chamberlain. And Jack Massey, he done been in the ring with both guys. He fought against Riakporhe, and he also was a sparring partner for Chris Bennion Smith. And he felt like Richard Riakporhe probably got the edge. Feel like he a little bit more talented. So that's the only thing that I feel like I can go with. I'm gonna have to go with what Jack Massey said, man, and take Riakporhe in a rematch. With Bennion Smith been hot though. He done beat this motherfucker Martuz Masternak. That motherfucking fight. He went out there and beat Lawrence Okoli, put hands on him too, beat him wide. You know what I'm saying? So since that first fight with Riakporhe, he didn't improve. He say he done improved by leaps and bounds. And he felt like Riakporhe improved too, but just not as much as him. So their first fight was very close, and if Chris Bennion Smith done improved the way he say he has, he might go out there and get his revenge. But that's one of them big UK fights, you know what I'm saying? But that's one of the big fights this weekend though.
Right.
Yeah.
Hats off to the cards that's coming up for real. I don't know if you can see the screen, bro, but you know how I'm always telling y'all something crazy always happens at my job, right? This is one of those times. So this is one of those times, and all I can see is you bucked this dude when you was going out the door. You actually turn around and said, "What you say? Oh, you talking? Take this." and I'm sorry, but this is what I see all the time at the job.
He got hurt out too.
Yeah, he like that
bop,
right
bop,
there.
Bop,
just,
bop. Right hand, left hook, right hand, left hook. Just the same combination spammed on his ass.
And the ref came and called it off. Who's the ball?
The ref called it off. Who's the ball? For real,
man. I just
bees on him.
Just constantly. But I was always wondering. I was like, he got ready to run. I was like, he must have thought he had a gun. That's the only reason I could see he got ready to take off running.
Yeah, he should have went on and walked away, went on about his business, man.
Yeah, he came back in the door like what?
You ain't got to prove your toughness all the time.
He found out. That's just horrible. Lala D, some dude that had a little too much lean in his cup. That's all.
Yeah.
Mike Higgins, he say, you two good brothers should consider calling a live fight. I think you both will make a good team. Not me. I can't call no fight, Mike Higgins. I no, sir. I can't come close to doing that. I never even gave it a thought.
Yeah, y'all probably be working when a lot of the fights be going down anyway.
Yeah, you're right. That part would be happening because I work on the weekends. That's when the fights always happen, pretty much. Joseph Brown said that lady dumb as hell for trying to stop them. That was her dude. That she had to get in there and call it off. Who's the boss? The ref.
That was her boyfriend that got beat up?
Yeah, that was her dude.
That's why you acting hard like that.
He should have been... This part right here, if you gonna be that, you might as well be ready for everything coming because let me see. Let's break this down. You're gonna be hard right there.
The only thing he can do is laugh about that shit.
Nah, his I seen, people talking about him. They like, dude, you seen his eyes swole up. Because it's just that's what happened. Over a drink. You got your eye beat up, punched in over a drink. 86 cents.
That's what I'm saying. You can't do nothing but laugh about it because all this shit goofy. Everything that you did, fighting over a drink, turning around, coming back to talk shit in the man's face. Surprised that you get pieced up. You don't come back with nothing. I didn't see no return fire. Like, not one shot came back. Like, nigga, all you can do is laugh about that, bro.
He was doing something.
Man, what is that man doing? I ain't seen not one shot come back.
His arms was flopping. Maybe okay, they just flopping in. Maybe
Man,
that's what's
he
going
just
on.
getting pieced up, bro. Wop. Look at him. Beat, beat. Oh, yeah, I guess he is trying to come back with a little something.
He was trying to wrap up.
He ain't had nothing. And then that first one had him dazed. That first one hurt him.
Yeah, that he'll take this, the opening shot.
The
That one
first
right
on
there.
the chin.
And then he turned around and went right down the pipe. And they all live in the same, they live in the same complex.
Oh, they gonna get it again.
I think he retired after that. I think he retired. I don't think
He done got whooped in front of his woman. You don't think he gonna get it again? You crazy.
Okay. Okay. Oh man.
He going again. He gonna come ready this time though.
Well, I hope they has the second round at the stove so I can see it. Like D said, he should have been bobbing and weaving. He said he slapped that guy like he just got caught up. He should have been bobbing and weaving. He slapped that guy like Kendrick did Drake. Dang.
Oh man.
He looked like Wilder when Zane turned him around. Oh, I know what you're talking about too, Joseph Brown. Dang. So I guess it do happen in street fights too. His back turned, bang, turned right around into it. He was asking this girl, "Did he just hit me?" I'm not laughing at his pain, but I'm laughing. Big bro said he ain't knock him out though. I feel you, bro. He held it off. He feeded himself.
Yeah, that's true. He ain't get knocked out, man. That's one thing that I respect about Adrian Broner. That motherfucker took the L, got his tooth knocked out.
Ooh.
He ain't get stopped. He ain't never been stopped. And he done fought some hitters. He done fought some punches. And they ain't never been stopped. So I salute Adrian Broner for that shit, man. You know what I'm saying? That's he a reliable fighter. If you want to make you some money, bet AB fight gonna go the distance. He ain't knocked nobody out since 2016. His last knockout was Ashley Theophane. He ain't gonna get knocked out either. I don't give a fuck if he been off a long layoff. He still ain't gonna get knocked out. He just tough like that. I done seen him in trouble. Like against Maidana, had that boy in trouble, man. Caught him with all kind of hard shots, confusing shots. Hit him with a left hook that started low and ended high. It looked like a jab to the body when it started. Then it ended with a hook upstairs. Some old confusing shit. He was fucked up, but he stayed in the fight and fought back and came back with something down the stretch, won some rounds. So the man is extremely tough, even though he don't let his hands go all the time and he let people down as far as his performances. But the man is definitely tough, man. He a real fighter. They say he might be the weakest 4 division champion in history. That might be true. But he definitely one of the toughest too.
I give him all that. I'm just like I don't want to see him do it no more. I'd rather see him turn his energy, straighten himself all the way out and teach these youngsters that's coming up if he got to just stay in the game. But to go out there to have fights just so you could line your pockets up because you pissed away so much, I don't want to see him go through that.
The dude got a great personality. Nigga, go start a podcast. Go start talking some boxing. He funny. Everybody like to hear him talk. Just go out there and just go do that, man. Start your motherfucking podcast, interview fighters and shit, and talk your shit. You know what I'm saying? He done earned the right for that, man. He done earned the right for an audience like that.
And I think they'll gravitate to him for sure. He'll have the audience. Long as he gonna be himself, wild and brash and outspoken, people will gravitate gravitate to that in a heartbeat. Long as he just people will probably be expecting him to do something crazy on camera. So I would say if he does it, sit his ass down somewhere where he can't be moving around, so he can't just be doing outlandish stuff on camera.
Yeah, for sure. I think that should have blow up. I don't know nobody with a boxing podcast like that anyway. I'm talking about like the fighters. You know how like the ex-NBA fighters, and I guess that makes sense because a lot of ex-fighters can't really, talk worth a fuck and articulate themselves because they done had a boxing career. But I think that shit would be cool though. Yeah, AB can still talk. Yeah, for sure.
Well, I guess one fighter that got it would be Sean Porter, the Porter way.
Oh yeah, he got for sure. Yeah, for sure. I guess I ain't really think about him because he like more commercial. Like I was thinking somebody a little bit more
raw cut.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, you're right about that though. Nonetheless.
That boy Joseph Brown said AB still beat that boy. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. That's what he said though. He said he wanted to fight, he was robbed.
Stop it.
That's what he said.
Stop it. AB know he didn't win that fight. He know he didn't win that fight. But I guess he stuck to script. Every fight, only against Maidana did he not open his mouth and say, y'all know I beat that boy. He beat Pacquiao.
No, he didn't say that after Maidana. After Maidana shit.
No, I say that's the one fight he didn't say.
Oh, okay.
That was an ass whooping null and void. Everybody's, hey, ain't no need for you to say anything. Go on, get yourself checked out. Because we just watched this dude hit you with all kind of stuff. But every fight after that, Pacquiao, what was the other dude? Y'all know I beat that boy. Y'all know I beat that boy.
I don't know. What are you talking about? I remember he said that against Pacquiao. Who else he say that?
It was somebody else he said he beat. He didn't say it like that. I was marking the Pacquiao fight, but he did say, man, I won that fight.
He got like 5 losses. Who all them beat him? We got Blair the Flair. We got Marcus Maidana. We got Manny Pacquiao. Who the other two that beat him? Sean Porter.
Sean Porter was the first one. Was Sean Porter the first one to put him down? Sean Porter was the first one to knock him down.
No, Broner was the first person to knock him down.
Yeah, I'm saying it backwards. Broner was the first person to drop Sean Porter.
Yeah, but who the 5th person to beat Broner?
Pacquiao. The 5th, Blair Cobb. Oh, you named him already.
I said him first.
Jesse Vargas.
That was a draw. It probably should have been a loss, though. I thought Vargas won that fight, but it's officially a draw, though. Who the motherfucking 5th person to beat Broner, man? Do he only got 4 losses? I think he got 5. I think he like 34-5-1 or some shit. Or maybe I'm tripping.
Where the voice of reason at? He be quick with his phone. He said that. Oh, he said that about Jesse Vargas that he beat it.
Oh, okay.
But still, I'm trying to think now. Who else to add to that? I'm so mad right now, bro. They didn't call it. My overnight dude is throwing up.
He throwing up.
Yeah. And I already told him, send him on to the house because the other girl been there since 2 already, so it's time for her to go home. I'm like, the fastest I'm going to be able to show up is about 3. I can't, 3 o'clock.
Yeah. Hey, give me a sec. I'll be right back.
Right. He says, Rod X says, somebody should let AB be a boxing analyst for fights. That it's time, I think, to start looking for something extra to do. But he got to be about his business when it comes to being able to do that, because people not going to be willing to accept you not showing up to work or showing up to work drunk and talking out of line crazy, because if he do it on the network, depending on what network it is, they're gonna have to watch what he's saying and watch how he carry himself in front of those people, cameras, and microphones. But if he get his own thing like Shannon Sharp has done, like Sean Porter has done, and I'm pretty sure audience will follow him, where he can be brash, he can be loud, he can be over the top, and they'll love him for it. I believe that they'll really love him for it, and he can still be in front of people in a different way, not having to take punches for it, and he can make him some money off of it. This is what I believe, and the name itself is gonna carry enough where people gonna be like, "Oh, Adrian Broner got a channel." They'll be quick to tune in, and subscribe and all that kind of stuff, just to see what he gonna be doing. As long as he can stay on point with the content, and give them content, give them some inside looks of what's going on with fighting and all that kind of stuff, it'd be great. Mikey Garcia, that's the fifth person. That's the fifth person. Trey Yates, Mikey Garcia beat Adrian Broner. Damn, why that fight don't stick? I'm trying to remember. Did they fight in Texas, or they fought in Las Vegas? We'll bro get back. I'll be able to let him know. Good looking out, Rod X. Good looking out. I'm trying to get my mind. I've been sipping, I've been smoking, and now, lessons learned. Lessons learned. Business must be done. I forgot the color. So, what was I about to touch on? Anyway, that Joseph Brown had ended up with AB still beat that boy. It's about Jesse Morgan, Mikey Garcia. Subriel Virginia, we spoke about him. We spoke about almost every fight that's pretty much coming up. I shared with y'all about the little old fight at the job. Basketball. Now, y'all tell me if I put my foot in my mouth or not. It's this guy that comes to the job. We got a little gentleman belt going on right now. It's 4 beers online. 4 beers. That's because that's what he wanted. He was like, he liked Michelob Ultra. And he and I had bet earlier about Tyson Fury and Usyk. He was like, I bet you 2 Michelobs. I was like, cool, you're going to end up paying me. So when Usyk won, he kept it real and he brought me 2 Pacificos. But he had to have the bet back. So now he's going with Boston to win it all. So that leaves me stuck with Dallas. I haven't seen one game. So how Dallas looking? I heard they lost the first game. I heard they actually got handled pretty good. I don't know if they had their second game or not. Hyphy, what's going on, my brother? The man, the troll killer himself. What's happening?
Yeah. What's up with it? You know what time it is?
What time is
it? Getting ready for these fights this weekend. You feel me? Hey.
Yeah.
Your fighter Benavidez. Yeah, he won't be in action this weekend.
You think he's not gonna make? You think they're not gonna let him make the fight?
Nope. He ain't getting by with that cut.
That's gonna be ugly. Well, they holding on to that real hard. They're holding on to that real hard. You're right, Rod X. The Can Man was made for social media. He's one of those characters that showed up just in time. Crazy thing about you saying that, which Floyd probably noticing it, is social media would have been perfect for Floyd too. I just don't think he recognized it as much. But yeah, right now would be perfect for Adrian Broner to still be relevant, to feed that hunger or that high of being in people's face, being the light, the star. I just don't know, man. I would like to see him trying to teach, use this platform and show us that he teaches some people and all that kind of stuff. He say, the Can Man was made. Mike Henny say Jim Gray told AB, you are 3-3-1 in your last 7 fights. AB tell Jim Gray, I would be 7-0 against you, laughing out loud. Yeah. That's like Ali and Howard Cole said with your wife said, you ain't half the man. You used to be just, how many years he say? It wasn't a long time. Hypey, what else you got, man? How's Dallas doing in the playoffs? What is it looking like for them?
Yeah. I've been watching. I've been on a basketball tip, of course. Yeah, they've been defensive lapses, and then compared to Boston, who ain't had no defensive lapses, for whatever reason, this series, Dallas they cannot guard the paint, so it's so many opportunities for lanes to be open when they drive into the hoop, and also you got too many shooters on the court. You know, you got 5 people on the court at all time for Boston that could knock down a 3, so. Whenever they try to double, they pay for it. They just swing that ball and they make them pay for it.
Wow. So, did you get a chance to see Savannah Marshall in her debut MMA fight?
Oh nah, I couldn't watch no Savannah Marshall. I was busy watching my rapper Loaded Lux get busy over the weekend. You feel me?
For real, you was on a battle rap. You a Loaded Lux fan?
Yeah. My rapper, he was getting busy. He was talking to you lost niggas.
Oh my goodness. One minute he talking positive, one minute he talking that street. I don't know. Loaded Lux can be what he want to be, I guess, but he ain't talking to me with that lost nothing. I know who Loaded Lux is. You ain't gonna hit me like that.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna hit me like that. For those that don't know, we talking about some battle rappers, you know, they what is the URL and all those? They got so many leads that they're splintered off right now. That's just for y'all that don't know. That's what me and Hyphy messing with right now. He say, Rod X say, Big Bro say true. And then Rod X come back and say, it's looking like you might owe him 4 years. No, man, I'm gonna keep speaking into existence that Dallas go pull it off, even though I don't like the fact that Kyrie pretty much said Boston got his number. Who first of all, when you cold and you play basketball or you a running back or whatever you are, you don't tell no other team, no opponent that they got your number. Who does that? For real? Come on, Kyrie, you got to do better. Cause that's almost like those words being spoken could like be a deflation to your team, make your teammates be like, dang, if this dude don't think he can win, we can't win without him type situation start to brew up. You just messed up everything with your squad. We have to see how that's going to end up panning out. But yeah, I can't see that. If he kind of first said they had his number, but he kind of changed it up and make it seem like, well, they got the team's number. Either way, it's not good. Either way, it's not good.
Hey, my player Luka, he would never dare say no shit like that. You feel me?
Luka play for Dallas?
Yeah. That's Luka team. You know, Kyrie, he just like a side nigga. You know, that's Luka team.
Well, Luka better come up with something. What's the score right now? I mean, yeah, what's the record?
Hey, yeah, Celtics they got it 2-0 so far. You know, now they got
it's 2-0.
Now they got to go to Dallas, and you know, now you know how that usually go. Whenever
whenever they go to the other home team, they get their win in. But if the Celtics steal it, they backs up against the wall like to get swept. Oh man, I could think of the stuff that could be said. I don't know if it would be said, but dang, Kyrie, if you get swept by Boston and you saying it's 2-0, you know, they still got a chance to turn it around. I guess I'm looking too far into the future, but dang, that's not a good look. That's not a good look at all. Whew.
Yeah, just a little side note about that though. You know, some of you younger niggas in the chat wouldn't understand, but for me personally, this is just the most lackluster NBA Finals I've ever seen. And I'm saying that from a stance of like 50% of the shots being attempted total is 3-pointers, if not more. Defensively is just very, very lackluster. This is not like a finals I would ever watch again. Like nigga, I'll be like half-ass watching these games already.
Dang. I don't want to owe him 4 beers though, Rod X. I'm gonna need him to turn it around. He said, I believe Boston has just got a better team. If they got a better team, okay. But still, you don't just give in and say they got our number. Who are you I know you might be like one of the captains of the team, but you ain't telling nobody that they got my number and they don't. Man, are you serious? Get out of here with that. I can't swallow that.
That's that Anthony Joshua talk.
Why you say that's the Anthony Joshua talk?
It's a an athlete with a limited mental capacity would say something like that. In this case, it's Kyrie. I could never envision certain athletes saying shit like that.
Different because I consider Kyrie educated a young man. I wouldn't say, I guess it's just the things that he sometimes I can't even defend it because one, I just feel like as a team, as a teammate, those are words that you just don't speak. You don't tell somebody they got our number. No, they don't. No, they don't.
Facts. Like my player Russell Westbrook. You gotta kill him. That nigga ain't never about to give you no props or nothing like that. The nigga, he going out on this shield.
Man, that's crazy. I wouldn't be tripping so hard, but I heard the interview. I heard him saying it, and I'm like, really? Who does that? But I still can't believe that you didn't check out Savannah Marshall win her debut fight. And the quote was there, cheering her on and giving a yeah, go ahead, do your thing. Big Bro say that Dallas will win these 2 games because they going to Dallas. The crowd gonna be with them. People gonna be crunk. They get some pride finna step up. People's chest gonna swell out, and it's gonna go down. He said, I've been catching shorts of O Solo. He is funny as hell. Who that? You heard of that before? All Boston did was hold home court advantage. Okay, Big Bro say that's right. Dallas better win game 3 or it's over. If they lose game 3, who has ever come back from that deficit? Nobody. That's just like you get 3 games behind, you might well go ahead and pack it up, take it to the house. You could sneeze wrong and lose the last game, and that's it. Game 3 deficit is not a situation that pro teams want to be looking at, and especially want to end up falling into. Now I've seen them scrap and fight real hard from behind 2 and scrap and fight and get it together. And I'm looking for that to happen for Dallas because it's 4 beers on the line. I don't want to buy 4 beers. I like the fact that I won. I should have just said, no, I don't want to bet no more. But that would have been wrong. But come on, Dallas. Y'all do y'all thing, man.
Hey, your player, she been balling though, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Who?
The one that you said was like the next Kobe Bryant. Caitlin Clark. Oh yeah, she been hooping her ass off.
I said that.
Yeah. You said she the next great white hope like Kobe Bryant. You said she the next Kobe.
Wow, I must really be getting aging quick in the mind because that don't sound like any of the statements that I would have made. But okay.
Yeah,
I thought she was gonna name Angela Reese, but if Caitlin is she really doing good? Is her team in any situations of winning something?
Nah. They still be getting their ass whipped. She got a hell of offense, but she just got to stop turning the ball over so damn much. That's her weakness. She turnover prone. Like
Russell Westbrook.
Yeah, but except she don't shit. She just hit like 7 threes in one game, so yeah, she gonna knock them out. But people like me and you, we ain't gonna overlook. You shouldn't turn the ball over, 7 times as well.
Right, because that 7 times could either be 14 points or 21 points or 28 points, 21, whatever. You know what I'm saying? It just depends on what they go down there and get. You fouling, all those turnovers. That's just not good as a basketball player. 2 turnovers you could kind of live with, but not everybody. I'm talking about maybe 2 turnovers for one player per quarter. We might could get away with that. But how many you say?
Shit, she had one game when she turned that motherfucker over 10 times.
20 points at the least. You gave up 20 points at the least if the other team was good and went out there and handled their business. Big Bro said she hit 10 3-pointers her last game. Wow, that's something. Well, at least she's holding up her end of the bargain as far as being in the league. She's keeping it exciting so far.
Hey, Clarissa said she want to train her like in boxing and work out with her.
Oh, really? Well, that'd be nice to see. Rod X said on a side note, I think we finna find out Jaylen Brown is Boston's best player. I'm hearing a lot of good stuff about Boston right now. When somebody gonna say something good that's happening in Dallas? For real, I need y'all to help me put the energy that Dallas can pull this off. Unless y'all telling me that y'all Boston fans. Now, if y'all Boston fans, I understand. Big Bro say true, Rod X. He said, I've never seen anybody play as hard as Westbrook. No, I can't. Well, there is another player once upon a time that used to play as hard as Westbrook, and he played hard for a long time, and that would be Dennis Rodman, in my opinion. If you've ever seen that dude really get down and play when he's playing, he played hard. In Dallas, I'm sorry, not Dallas. In Detroit, the young Dennis Rodman, who hadn't really explored and found his outer expression, he was just a young dude out there going after every rebound relentlessly. It didn't matter who he was facing, how tall they were. He would sacrifice his body. He would be flat out in the air, just sacrificing his body, chasing balls to save them, diving balls to retrieve them. The dude just went all out. So he's one person that I seen play hard like that. He got a lot of slack because people didn't think he could score points. And really he could. Dennis Rodman could score. It might not be as pretty as you wanted it to be, but he could score. Oh, correction. I misread something. Big Bro said he hit 10 points, not 3. Okay. What I did was connect, she hit 3. She hit 10 points. I seen game 3 or it's over. I was reading you and Rod X's comment at the same time and pushed them together. My bad, Big Bro. My bad. But yeah, I felt like Dennis Rodman played hard like Rodman, just not as that speed. WNBA hella dumb for not making sure she was on the U.S. squad. Oh, she not going to the Olympics? Would her going to the Olympics be at least a 10% for sure that they will get gold? That's a question I'm just asking. Luka has been unstoppable. Oh, that's my perk for Dallas. That's my perk for him. I appreciate that, JB, because all I've been hearing is Boston, 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 and I'm like, dang. Can I get some news for Dallas? Luka is a defensive liability, and Boston has been going at him. This is Rod X. See, now Rod X come right back with some Boston news. Rod X, if you can't give me something good for Dallas, just don't type. Don't you type anything for Boston. Unless somebody hurt their ankle or something. Other than that, don't give me the Boston news. Please, I can't take it. I got 4 beers on the line. I'm not trying to buy those beers. I'm trying to let them stay right in the cooler at the store. Shoot, Clarissa Shields. Who else? What? I gave her props. I'm really not giving Clarissa giving Clarissa props as much as I am giving Savannah Marshall. For whatever reason, I don't know why, but I'm proud of her. I like the fact that she went out there, she showed some grit and did her thing and got the win. They should win the gold without her, but they hated on her. Oh, that's what Big Bro saying. They hated on that girl. That's why she not on the squad. Which sucks because if it gives you a better chance to get the win, if they should win the gold without her being on the team gives them that much more of a chance to win, then yeah, they should have went on and let that go. Rod X, funny you should mention that Marshall versus Shields should fight in the MMA, fight an MMA match. Marshall did request that of Clarissa when they were in the ring after Marshall's win. Clarissa got in the ring and they conversated, and Marshall was like, "We should fight." And Clarissa, Clarissa's answer when somebody say we should fight, her answer is sure. Why not? Why wouldn't we? And that's pretty much how that conversation went. So I would be looking down the line, because when it comes down to the girls and them getting in there fighting, they usually kind of stick to the script and fight who they say they're gonna fight. So we might get to see that fight between Clarissa Shields and Savannah Marshall inside the octagon or whatever it is they were fighting. We might get a chance to see that. I wouldn't doubt it. So yeah, keep your eyes open for it to come over the horizon because it might come sooner than later. I know Clarissa is getting ready to try to handle some business at 175, if I'm correct, if my memory serves me right. But then after she handles that business, we can look forward to taking place, which would give Savannah a chance to tighten up a lot more on her skills while Clarissa is trying to deal with 175, to give her kind of a chance to get to the same level as Clarissa, I would guess. But we'll see how it breaks down. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing a fight if it comes to fruition. She's their most marketable player, and the WNBA needs that to grow the league. Well, who's in charge? You know what I'm saying? Sometimes the people that's in charge, their vision isn't their eyes don't be open wide enough. They think that things should work one certain way, and sometimes you need to go to the old playbook and pull out something that's proven. But he said maybe at this point in her career, she's not good enough to be on the Olympic team. This is coming from Rod X. Yeah, that could be it too. That could be it. But if consensus say if more people are looking at it saying what they see should be happening, the glimpses of what could be possible, that's what they kind of asking for to see. The coach might be looking at it saying, okay, we just, y'all don't understand. It's something that y'all not seeing. And Big E was the one that told me to pay attention to that type of thing. He was always, I was like, dude, they got this dude right there. Why they not using this dude? And he would always say, bro, it must be something about that dude that we not seeing that will mess up the game or something. And I used to be like, man, they should give him a chance. But then you get out there and you be like, okay, we seen this dude doing this. And then they get out there and do like the dumbest mistake in the most simplest time of the game. And you be like, what the hell? And that'd be the thing. The mental toughness might not be there. So, yeah, at this point, yeah. So the U.S. team should have been more dominant than the men. They saying she's not tough enough. Okay. Well, if they saying she's not tough enough, then that might be what it is. Michael Jordan wasn't all that tough when he first got in the league. He was getting punished. She got to be mentally ready to get up. If that's what's happening to her, I don't know. I'm pretty sure the girls be trying to put their own little smack down from here now and then. He said, was Christian Laettner good enough to make the dream team in 92? No. It was about marketability. And WNBA keeps dropping the ball. You know what, JB? Christian's lady, if my memory serves me right, ain't that the dude that they had with the dream, the one of the original dream teams with Mike Nim? Yeah. I can't remember what was the reason they put him on the team. I really can't. I think they was really trying to really super hype old Chris.
My man JB in here with them Stephen A. talking points. Hey, the woman, one of the ladies, the non-black woman on the crew that the Olympic selection team, I forget what they call it, the committee or whatever. She said that their job was not to figure out how many people was gonna watch, but to select the best team. So that was her statement.
Well, I think that's a pretty good statement when you agree to put the best team out, not
Yeah, I
the
would
most
definitely agree.
the most popular team, but the best team. So if the best team is what we got going out, I'm satisfied with that. I have no qualms with that. None at all.
Ain't nobody talking about my girl Enrique Ogunbowale.
Enrique Ogunbowale.
That chick right there, she way more fire than her name is Enrique Ogunbowale. Uh, I think she's Nigerian, I'm not sure. But that chick right there can hoop. And she ain't making the Olympic team. So I don't know why the fuck everybody talking about Caitlin Clark. Because she's the white girl who became the being the darling. It's better players than her that didn't make the team. So fuck I didn't know.
So you feel like it's just some people just being a little too crybaby-ish, dare I say?
Man, that's all it is with her. For real.
Okay, and it's not the first time we've seen
Christian
plenty of
Baker,
time.
that motherfucker had won. He had won some shit. Caitlin Clark didn't even win. She didn't even win. What the fuck? Why are we talking about her? Like, get the fuck out of here.
Okay. Big bro say she from Houston. Who he's talking about? Okay, Oguwale. That's her last name, Oguwale. Okumbale.
Ogun, O-G-U-N.
Ogunbale. O-G-U-N. O-G-U-N-B-O-W-A-L-E. That's how you spell her last name. Her first name is A-R-I-K-E. She is fire. And she from Houston?
She played for Dallas, I think. Dallas.
No, he's saying she's from Houston though.
Oh, is she? Oh, okay. I don't know where she's from.
All you know is she got skills.
Man.
Better than Caitlin?
Yes, of course, man.
Okay, hey, I'm just asking the question, man. Take it easy. Take it easy. I don't even know how we got on Caitlin Clark either. All I know is we here now because you were like, why are we even talking about her? I don't know. I'm sorry. Forgive me.
She played for the. Nah, but she played for the Dallas Wings, man. She's fine.
Oh, he say, I ain't finna try to pronounce the old goo. Just like I had a partner on my basketball team. To this day, I can't say his name. Deli on. It's crazy. Anyway, Big Bro say no. I think no. Houston, her sisters are in Houston. I'm all confused right now because I keep looking at the clock, saying, "Damn." I guess I'll go in 3 hours early. I'm going because I'm going in 3 hours early. Shit, overtime finna look real good. It's gonna look sweet. Did you see? Did you see Savannah win her first match? Am I the only person who's kind of like giving? Am I giving Savannah too much prop?
Yeah. Man, actually, that was me in the chat talking about that. Well, before the fight, they were interviewing Clarissa Shields, and she said she don't feel like Savannah was matched as tough as she was matched in her first fight. So she said Savannah was gonna knock this girl out because she keep her chin in the air and all this shit. So Carissa Shield predicted what was gonna happen in that fight. So yeah, she said she didn't feel like they matched Savannah.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I mean Savannah did what she was supposed to do. She beat the girl up. She looked like she was in a whole different weight class, like she always looked. I feel like I ain't never seen Savannah fight somebody where it looked like the two people was in the same weight class. This shit wasn't no different. That woman looked so small. And you know, she was a wrestler, jujitsu. I think she like her jujitsu, Brazilian jujitsu was like her main uh, martial art, but she didn't really seem like she was too good at that. So
Dang.
basically, Savannah Martin just posted since she quit. So until they called
Okay, I feel you. You said so. What you saying is it was pretty much just a show match, a confidence builder for Savannah, more than a real test of skills.
Yeah, man, that's what it seemed like. Like I said,
Oh,
Savannah just when when Kush came to show up, she just started punching the woman till the woman couldn't take it. Like I mean, that's the same shit you see in her boxing matches about the time, especially when she was being built. You know, so I mean, we haven't seen no real test yet. It was a nice little introduction to the cage for her. We'll see what she got.
okay. I see we still having the conversation for the basketball. For basketball, Rod X is saying, plus people are going to watch the Olympics anyway. But people usually do watch the Olympics basketball team. They had started kind of losing faith when we kept sending our college boys over there to get whooped by their pros. But once Magic and the rest of them decided to make the dream team, it was almost suspected to be a wash every time when we went over there and lost with who was it that went over there and got beat up on as our pros. Was it the team before Kobe? One of our pro teams went over there and lost. I can't remember who it was. Because we had the redeem team, remember?
Yeah, I mean, I could.
Joseph Brown said, women team ain't losing. They won 9 in a row. Already stopped. And Stephen A. Smith used Isaiah Thomas as a reference for Caitlin Clark came in the league with the audience. That's why she got the Nike deal worth millions. Wow, that's a lot said.
See, I hate that conversation about how Caitlin Clark, she got the audience. But you gotta understand, like she was given the audience by the media. I mean, that audience, they could have easily hyped up anybody. They could have hyped up Andrew Reed. Andrew Reed made her famous with the whole John Cena thing waving her hand. People didn't know who they were. All of a sudden, now everybody knew who they were. And so, you know, they hype up Caitlin because they want the white girl to be the star. And I'm gonna just be transparent like that and just say flat out. They want the white girl. She can shoot. I ain't gonna take that away from her. You know, but they want her to be the star. And the media gave her the platform.
Right. But giving her the platform, now she got to go out there and prove it time and time again while she out there hooping. If those other girls stepping their game up and making it happen. Because I think my daughter pointed out the fact that it's some sister that, if I'm remembering correctly, Caitlin Clark was going up against in the game. And this girl was swatting her stuff left and right. Swatting her layups, blocking her jumpers, ripping her. The girl was all over like a cheap suit.
Not cheap.
Yeah, because you know those cheap suits seem to just hang all over the place when you wear them.
Yeah.
Hyphy say his 168-pound fighter was it Osles Iglesias scored a KO of the year last week. He gonna fight. He want to fight Benavidez next.
Didn't try to post that knockout in the or somebody did. I think somebody posted that knockout in the Discord.
The one where dude was laying on the ground like shaking real bad.
Yeah, ain't that the one?
I don't know. But if that is the one, he still got dang. He knocked the juice out that boy.
Yeah.
I mean, he look. Yeah, he pounded that dude out. Yeah, that old dude down on the ground shaking like crazy, quivering and stuff. Just terrible. Just terrible. What? Since I got you, I get the chance to say, Tank and Frank.
Yeah.
Who?
What about him?
Tank or Frank. She broke NCAA records, and this ain't just a hype girl can play. The 04 Olympic team won bronze. Okay, thanks, Rod X. So that's why they had the redeem team. They should have, basketball is supposed to be our thing. We was expected to win gold every time. Anything less than gold was a failure. That's the way they looked at it. When they put the team together with Mike and Bird and all that, with those pros, I remember the announcer saying that maybe they are too good. You know what I'm saying? They're going to be beating people so bad that people going to lose interest in the game. I remember those announcers saying stuff like that. So you get good wins and you complain about that. Then you start kicking people ass real good and you start complaining about that. It's a very fine balance between the two. You get what I'm saying? Dank Martin. My boy missing in action. I need to figure out, where'd you get this character Dank Martin from?
Wait, can you hear me?
I can now.
Oh, okay. No, it's just it's just a play on Frank Martin.
Oh, okay. I knew it had to be some character. I just wanted to make sure it wasn't one that had his own personality. So my NCAA player is 18 years old, Juju Watkins of USC. Y'all hitting me with basketball. Y'all making me feel like I am out of touch. I don't know anything about basketball, football, baseball, soccer, hockey, tennis, golf. Only thing I've been paying attention to is boxing. I'm gonna have to open up my doors and start paying attention and start putting some more stuff in. Big bro say Juju cold. Okay, I'm saying so. Juju beads. I just had to say that. Juju beads. Anyway, who you got? Dank? You rolling with Dank or you rolling with Tank?
Man, I'm going with Frank, man. Fuck it. I ain't in the champ round. I can do shit like this. I can take chances.
No, I ain't saying. Wait. Hold up. I'm confused. JB said Juju will be the greatest of the women players of all time. I said that. So y'all remember, y'all heard it here on MZ Talks Boxing. Musically Zone Talks Boxing. Joseph, let me put that. How can I put that up there where it just be there? That man say Juju gonna be the best of all time. Now, what you saying, Decade, about the fact that you can make the pick? What happened?
I'm saying since I ain't in the champ round, I ain't gotta make a safety.
Oh, so you can safely say, you ain't got to worry about. That's what you're saying. You can safely make your pick.
Yeah.
So who you pick?
I'm saying y'all ain't got to know what I really think. If I was in the champ round, then I have to pick Tank. But I'm gonna go with Frank.
Okay, you gonna go with Frank? Yeah.
I'm going with Frank.
You going with the underdog?
I'm riding with Frank.
Okay.
I want to see him win, man.
I wouldn't mind seeing him win. It's just there's so much that's going in the scale that leans it the other way for me. I don't know. It's hard. It's hard to. And I know, it's been brought up that the Tank got the layoff, but they both got layoffs.
Yeah.
And we were corrected. We were thinking that this is going to be Frank's first lefty. But a young lady, Miss Wilson, PhD, she went and found out that Franklin had two lefty fights with two stoppages. She also mentioned that their records was horrible, but he got the wins more or less. I'm just looking at, I pointed out the fact that Frank, Earl, Anthony Joshua, Deontay Wilder. I can't put what's his name, the boy from England, with the very muscular kind of guy, Yard, Anthony Yard. I can't really put him in there because he hasn't been a champion, unless I'm wrong. All those guys that I named have been champions, except for Frank. Frank falls in there. And some differences of of it, but I'm just saying they all anomalies that started late, and when each one of them ran up against the point of the dude that been doing it for a long time, they kind of got some skills about it, they end up losing. I know people kind of don't look at what's his name, Andy Ruiz, as that, because it's easy to look at his body and not take into effect his mental capacity of what he brings to the ring when it comes to fighting, which kind of knocked off AJ. Earl, I think a little arrogance and overconfidence played a big part against Chance Crawford. Not to mention Chance Crawford been doing it since he was Junebug. I'm just playing. But Junebug, Junebug, the badass kid. But yeah, he been doing it for a long time, mean with it. And it just showed when it came to facing Earl Spence. Who else? Deontay Wilder. When he ended up, Tyson Fury been fighting for a long time. Deontay Wilder ended up facing somebody who didn't give him the regular look of just being there, pretty much waiting for it to come. Yes, he fought Luis Ortiz. I think a lot of people was half expecting him to beat Luis Ortiz because it was just a bronze bomb. Everybody was riding. Who could he knock out next? But when he ran against that kid that grew up from 7, throwing those hands in the gym, and up into this age, seasoned, hardened, it's a different thing. And this could be Frank's moment right here with Tank. Who better to for you to accomplish the next step up, or at least accomplish the fact for people to say, "Oh, he a true warrior right there. He a true warrior right there."
Yeah, I mean, I ain't even gonna compare Frank to Wilder, man. Wilder, that nigga ain't never had footwork. All he was doing was looking for one punch. I gotta give Frank more credit than that. I think he's a more well-rounded fighter than Wilder was. But I'm counting on Frank, man, to go in there and like Khabib, Nurmagomedov say, show Tank who he is. Just be a grown man on that nigga. Just don't let no boxing match break out, man. Just fight.
Don't let a boxing match break out.
No, boxing.
Now, I can feel you on that, but now I'm gonna have to touch on a lot of the funny things that people say. The tweets and all that. Tank Hyphy was making fun, repeating what Floyd said, talking about Tank with the sugar in his tank and all that kind of stuff. None of that stuff matters. What I do and I can say is, you could push up on that little dude, and I believe that little dude gonna push back. I don't think it's gonna be easy to show him that, I don't think it's gonna be easy for Frank to kind of inflict that on it. It's gonna take, if he's gonna do that, he's gonna have to be doing it while he whooping Tank's ass. He's gonna have to beat Tank up.
Yeah.
He's gonna have to beat Tank up. Miss Wilson, PhD, mentioned, he's gonna have to either drop Tank twice or he's gonna be having to whoop Tank's ass. Trey X followed up and was like, unless he whooping his ass real good and then he get a knockdown late to put the exclamation point on it to make it like, yeah, I am whooping this ass tonight. That's actually what Martin is gonna have to give us. He's gonna have to give us that. I'm taxing that ass tonight. For real, y'all can say what y'all want, but y'all see what's happening here. every round I go out here right before that 10-second thing do that, I start putting hands on Tank. So y'all can say, damn, he tearing Tank ass up at the end of the round. But do he got all that in him? I feel like I
believe Frank do got that.
dang, you know who you sound like to me? You know who you sound like to me?
Yeah.
You sound like an MZ that was like, I believe Earl could do that. And why we on different sides of the fence this time?
Because I ain't never believed in Earl. That's why I ain't never thought Earl was nothing special. That's y'all special.
You couldn't pull me to the side and say, MZ, listen to me, man. Look at what's going on. Man, you're gonna have to have a discussion.
Many a time.
You did? Was I not listening?
I didn't want to hear that shit because they both from Texas, man. I feel it.
You know what? You might be right. You might be trying to talk to me. I'll let it fall on deaf ears because I'm like, it was a Texas thing, Texas kind of funny like that. But you should have reminded me and say, MZ, remember, you was born in Indiana. Let that little piece of you that's still in you, let that part reason with you. I'd reason with it. I can't say Frank is from up in that area where some glove fisticuff do go take place. Indiana, right? He's from Indiana, close to Michigan and everything like that. So it's not like he's not from a fighting realm. My thing is the overcoming of the 7-year deficit. I think Frank started when he was like 14 to 15. Tank started when he like 7. That's 7-year difference right there. Is the overcome factor. It's some stuff in there that Tank got that Frank don't have yet. And
I can see that in the fighting. There's skills that Tank has that Frank don't have. I mean, he has an agility and an athleticism about him that I don't even see in Martin. I just think Martin, he does have some power. And I think if he don't let that shit be a boxing match, he can win. But that's his own bet. Because if it just comes down to boxing skill, then Tank can win the fight out. Frank got to come in there and be like, man, fuck this boxing shit. I'm just really fuck you up.
Man, now I know you've heard me talk all the things that Frank needs to do, and I've honestly been trying to get myself to say, you know what, Frank, but it's just hard for me to get over the deficit of the seasoning of doing this since you're 7 years old, and he good at it. If he was like a mediocre dude, I would have a lot more confidence in Frank. I believe if Frank, you said don't let it be a boxing match, but if Frank turn it into a fight at some point, he gonna have to deal with Tank giving it back to him. When they in close, Tank gonna give it to him for sure, especially if they in a fight. I kind of think that could backfire against him a little bit. I'm thinking he gotta be busy. He gotta keep that average of 30 to 35 punches around that Concubach say that he averages. He needs to keep that alive. He needs to use all of his footwork. Some channels are saying that he got remarkable footwork. Well, it's gonna have to really come into play against Tank, because Tank is no slouch. Tank is no slouch in boxing. We all know what Tank can do. We know that. We've seen him do certain things in different parts of fights. We've seen him walk fighters down. We've seen him set traps by bagging up on fighters. We've seen him pretty much attack each part of the fight at any given time. Frank just got a big heel to climb.
Yeah. These are facts.
But you just feel like it's gonna be one of those nights where the universe is gonna say all the stars are aligned just right, and Frank stood out in the moonlight just at the right time before the fight, at the right moment where he getting all this cosmic energy, and he gonna come in and stop Tank.
I don't know if he's gonna stop him, but you know,
Beat him.
I would love to see that. But yeah, I just wanted to go ahead and fight.
So you're looking at it to at least go to 12 rounds. Where I say it that if he goes 12 rounds and not a surviving 12 rounds, where he stay out of the danger zone and he actually averages that 30 to 35 punches around and they mean something, and he once again not lingering in the danger zone where something could come back. I could see him boxing his way to a victory. How the judges will call it if he boxes his way to a victory is going to be a whole different thing. But if he's boxing his way to a victory where it's really looking like he whooping Tank, then yeah. But that whole time, at some point, Tank gonna get into an emergency point if he's losing rounds and he feels like he have to go get Martin. An aggressive Tank is as dangerous as one that's laying back, in my opinion. I want Martin to look good, man. I want Martin to do damn good. When we were speaking about him earlier against certain fighters, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna ride with Martin, but I didn't expect this fight to manifest as fast as it had.
Yeah.
It wasn't no sauteing this fight or putting it out in the window and letting people look at it and smell it like white on these pie. It wasn't none of that. It was just straight, all of a sudden, bam, they fight.
Right.
So I'm hoping Frank can pull it off. In my heart of hearts, I'm hoping he can pull it off. You know, it's a good guy. But in my mind of boxing, it say, no, that's not happening. Y'all know Tank ain't no sissy. Y'all know he ain't soft. He ain't finna go out there and cry. He finna go out there and fight. I believe they gonna go out there head to head, pushing and gnawing and biting. And around 5, when they hit round 5, I think that the difference is gonna start to show.
Yeah. Like I said, man, Tank is the safe bet. The point that Trey makes is that he's a little shorter than Frank. They say Frank is 5'8". I don't believe that. He don't look that tall. They say
How tall is Tank?
5'5".
5'5". No, Frank don't look like he 3 inches taller than he don't look like he
To
3
me, it
inches
looks like
taller.
he might be an inch taller. Like he might be like 5'6". He don't. Yeah, he's right. He don't look that tall.
Huh. We've been talking about the boxing and the family is on basketball. Rod X say the last 5 MVPs have been foreign-born players. So is that so? So we just gave basketball up to across the seas, across the pond. Dang. Well, at some point,
across the pond, taking over everything, taking over boxing, then taking over basketball. Americans get soft.
You said it getting soft?
Yeah, man.
Well, it's only so long you can hold it down and think other people ain't getting better. You have to still be, you got to put it down constantly. But nah, you're not telling me well, shoot, basketball is universal. If somebody can hoop, if you can hoop, you can hoop. I don't care what color you are. If we get on it, we finna go out there and hoop, and I pick you, all I care about is that you finna hoop and you can ball. I don't care what color you are. White, yellow, plaid, green, blue, purple. Don't matter.
So what I got going on in the Frank Tank fight is Tank gonna be out boxing the man, and he gonna get mad like he did against your boy Harrington, and then the Frank gonna break out. That's his team.
You think that's gonna be his ticket?
Yeah, man, he can't get knocked out while they boxing. That's a possibility. Everybody thinking of it can stop. So I'm just hoping he don't let that happen.
And
He's too tough for all that. We ain't gonna let that happen.
yeah, I feel you. And dang, it feel like me and you sitting it feel like we just took the chairs and switched them around. Now I know you said you never had faith in Earl, and that's fine. That's fine. You know, I like Frank. I like him against a lot of other fighters. Like I said, once again, this fight has shown it manifested itself so quick. It's kind of like, dang, it's really a surprise to me. Hyphy is with you. He's saying Frank the bigger puncher according to him. And it's something, you know, I'm sitting here looking at Frank while we talking. It's something that's saying to me, look at Frank close. Because, you know, your boy DeCane, when he going against the grain like this, which it ended up being a problem. So I have to really look at this even closer as we had this conversation. But I got to stick with the things that literally are laying themselves out. And the only thing I can see that you could say, you saying you could see Tank winning, boom, boom, winning early because he boxing. And then you say, what happened? The fight breakout because the boy Frank Martin got upset. I'm tired of you trying to embarrass me on TV. And then a fight breakout. So now we really going at it. And you feel like this is what's going to help Frank push him over on Tank. I'm paraphrasing, but that's kind of what you got me believing here. Is that what you got me believing here?
He's a little different.
Oh, okay. I hope he a lot of different. You know what I'm saying? For real. I'm hoping he a lot of different. I'm rolling through the conversation. Mike Henny jumped in the conversation with it. He said, I'm going with Tank. However, he needs to have the perfect defense against Frank in the earlier rounds. Okay, I can see there. And I'm saying because he had the layout, I think whoever comes out there with the best lather, who warms up the best inside the locker room, that's going to be the cat that really comes out and starts showing the sharpness fast. It's a lot of elements that can go into this fight. You have to question, you have to ask yourself, how many times have you seen Tank get hurt? You know, you can't really, you have to really dig deep into the trenches of your memory banks to say, I saw him get hurt right here or get hurt right here. You know, we know he could take a punch or two. Agility, I don't know how much agility Frank Martin has. I know I've seen him, you know, he can get in and out. You know, he does know how to do the pivot and all that good stuff. But this ain't against some average fighter here. And I'm not riding Tank like that or anything like that. I'm just saying we know how good the young man is. We hope Martin got that in him. Right
Speaking
now,
of that, I want to point out that I'm contradicting myself because previously I said I thought Tank is going to make Frank Martin look slow. And I think he probably still will, but I really do think that Frank's will can win him this fight if he don't let it be a boxing match. But I do think Tank is a bit quicker.
okay. But you don't give so what you saying is Tank is more a control fighter than let it all go. We finna go ahead and just bang until one of us win.
I mean, I think he can. He's done that before. I think when he won his first title, was it against Pedraza? It looked like he was just in there fighting then. I think he can fight. I just don't know if his dog is gonna overcome a Frank Martin. You know, he can do that against a certain level of fighter, a certain type of fighter. I don't know if just going in there fighting is gonna beat Frank Martin. I think that kind of fight in this matchup favors Frank Martin. So I think Tank is gonna have to just outbox him and like run him into shots and outthink him in order to beat Frank Martin. You know, I think that's why Tank is saying all this crazy shit like, "Oh, your girlfriend looking nice over there." Like he's trying to make Frank mad so he can use his aggression against him. But that shit could backfire. So I don't know. Listen.
Okay, I can see what you're saying. It could backfire, and it could work, or it could just be null and void. I hear Frank steady hammering away that Tank think is sweet over here, but the only thing that they have to draw off of from that, and this is both fighters, is the sparring situation. I gotta sneeze. And with that going, with the sparring situation, you have to look at it and say who's reading too much into it and who's not reading enough. I hope Frank isn't walking away thinking that, oh, I got him like this in sparring. It's going to happen again, because Herkovich learned the lesson from that. Got his ass whooped.
Yeah, man, that sparring shit, people just in there working on stuff. They ain't trying to beat you.
I hope that's not I hope that's not a situation that takes place with Frank and Tank.
Yeah.
I hope it wasn't a situation where, huh? Man, it never fails. I start having a sneezing attack around this time every night. I don't get it. But anyway, I hope it's not one of those situations. But we'll know in a few days. Hyphy is saying that Tank's former promoter released him because Tank got sugar in his tank, according to the promoter. Must be deja vu or something. But it don't matter how much sugar that dude got in his tank. If he let his hands go and he defended himself, he out there whooping ass. That's the only thing that counts. Now, to a fighter, I might hurt his ego a little bit to be like, you getting your ass whooped by a dude that got sugar in his tank. But for the rest of the world, we see how things go. Don't nobody give a damn. He out there whooping your ass. You just got your ass whooped by a dude with some sugar in his tank. What you think? Tank? Oh, I'm sorry. Dank? What you think, Mr. Dank?
Yeah, I don't think no promoter lose money because of what a dude put in his big ass.
Wait a minute.
I said, I don't think no promoter is losing money because of what a dude put in his dick ass.
Pause. Because all they care about is who he punching.
Right.
And it might hurt the girl aspect of the game as far as the sweethearts following the fighter. But yeah, whatever on that. Whatever on that. I'm gonna have to go ahead and shut it down, my brother, because I gotta go ahead to this store. My overnight dude. I told him to go home. I told him to close the store. I'll open that whole back up at 3.
Y'all can do that. Y'all can just close when y'all feel like.
No. See, here's the thing. The young lady that was there, it was time for her to get off at 10 o'clock. I called the guy. He was like, he was on his way to work. And he was like, but he didn't feel good. The minute he got to work, old girl called me and said, hey, he's throwing up. As soon as he walked through the door, he started throwing. He went straight to the bathroom. He throwing up. That's what she told me. So I have to send him home because he's throwing up. He got to go home. We know he's sick, but he's gonna have to go to the doctor and bring a note back. I can't instantly just appear there. And old girl can't wait because her ride is detrimental to her getting home, which is there. So the only thing I can say, the GM, he 45 minutes away, and he worked from 10 to 6, from 10 to 10. He worked overnight last night till about, I think they said till noon today, which I tried to trade with him. He was, I don't know, he had his big dick suit on, pause. He wanted to prove something. He proved that his ass could be real tired and not answer the phone when the emergencies are coming in. So fast as I can get there, because I've been drinking. So I have to let myself sober up a little bit before I go up there and start messing with these people money and stuff. There's nobody else to call. So yeah, they just got to wait for me to get there at 3.
No, okay.
What else can we do? What? Make the sick dude stay there till I get there, till I feel like I'm sober enough. Because, I got to play by the book. I got to follow by the book. I can't show up to the job tipsy. I can't do that. That's against the rules.
Right.
But at the same time, we can't ask this dude who throwing up to stay at work. We can't do that. And you can't by right ask old girl. You could ask her. She said no. So we can't force her to work past a lot of time that she was shifted to work. So with all those things that's taking place, I'm the only one that you can get in touch with. I give you the best time that I can give you that I can get there. You can't get in touch with the GM. So what? What y'all gonna do?
Right. Too many variables.
Yeah, I'm keeping it real. I'm following the book like it's supposed to be. Man, Frank Martin, huh? We most definitely.
I'm riding with Frank Martin. That's what I'm
Yeah, I feel you. So at least I can feel like if I can get in contact with you with the fight going on, I could we can have that conversation, because it's like real rare that we was both on one side of the fence. I don't know what happened, but bam, now we on the opposite sides of the fence. You were actually over there with the trainer and stuff that I fuck with, and yeah, I'm still with people that I mess with. It's just that when you start fucking with Derrick James, it's Frank that make you fuck with Derrick James.
Yeah, it's just Frank. It ain't Derrick.
So what you saying is Frank is not only gonna go out there, he gonna win without the coach's help. He just needs the coach
to kind of fight. He
did
that shit in the Howard Tunian fight. He won without the coach's help.
Now he did speak on
that
the
was
fact
a different fighter.
Yeah, and he did say that he won that off of pure heart and stuff like that. And he keep inserting that he has gained skills and mental status as far as knowing what to do in that ring. And it sounds like he got you believing it all the way to the point that he could overcome a 7-year deficit against the lefty like himself. This ain't gonna be easy.
Well, don't say he got me believing. I ain't listening to shit they said, really. I just saw the little girlfriend clip where Frank Tank was antagonizing him. But I ain't really listening to nothing they've been talking about. I just think Frank he got something in him that ain't gonna let him just go out there like that.
Okay. I don't think nobody's expecting him to go lay down. I think
overcoming mentality.
Okay, that overcoming mentality. And then he probably pissed off because nigga, did you really shoot at my gal like that while we in here? You think you know what I'm saying? You think I might be pressing the right button? This might be one of those situations like old boy touched Shane Mosley gal on the butt.
It might be,
You know what I'm saying? Some men you can't mess with their woman. Some men you can't do that. You can't even speak on her. What did Washington say? There it is. There it is. You calm and cool about anything else. You speak about your woman and hey.
Yeah, man. Frank Martin, though, he got that grown man mentality. I don't see that in Tank.
You said he don't wait. You don't see what in Tank?
That grown man mentality. Tank got skills. He can box. Shit, sometimes, man, dude just he little boy you. I don't count no Frank to go out there and little boy Tank.
Help me understand the definition of what a little boy you mean.
Did you know how sometimes somebody is mentally stronger? I think Frank is mentally stronger than Tank.
You say mentally stronger.
Yeah.
So you saying he gonna be able to go out there?
Like he's physically too.
It's possible. It's possible. All these things.
As a former wrestler.
That part right there, you know, that part right there, you know how to use his core strength. Which Bud showed that he could use against Earl in their fight. When they tangled up a little bit. I see where you're going. I see where you're going. 100. The only difference is when you look at Terrence and him doing that, Terrence got that boxing skill still from back in the day. Frank just getting here. So they both, the dog is in the fight. You know what I'm saying? You could say it's gonna be two pit bulls fight. We agree on that, right? You know, it's a pit bull on both sides. What you saying is the pit bull on your side. More of that in it.
Yeah. Might be more just a grown man. I ain't saying that because he got a full beard or nothing like that. I just think his mentality is a little different.
I feel you. I'm trying to separate them by demographics, you know, but they both come from pretty tough spots. You know what I'm saying? Coming out of the rough areas, supposedly the rough areas that they come from. Like Kenny says, I commend you on the job that you do. Retail is tough work, especially late at night. You're right, bro. You're right. I'm still sitting here trying to mentally get myself ready so I can. But they gonna wait till 3. I don't give a damn. I know. The boss lady gonna call me like, "Why was the store closed?" I'm gonna say, "Shit, cause wasn't nobody to come work here."
And they gonna find your ass on YouTube like you could have came, man. You were doing the box.
Yeah, I can't. I'm coming in 3 hours early. How about that? Hold on, Hyphy asking the question. But thanks, Mike. I appreciate that. He said, "How could Terrence use his core strength versus Earl when Earl said he was too light in the ass?" That's what I'm trying to tell you. People didn't realize that Terrence Crawford stood in front of a camera and deadlifted some shit and squatted some shit, some heavy shit. Even showed us that he had wrestling skills when he got out there and wrestled that boy down to the ground and pinned him and all that, put him in some kind of lock. Don't try to act like you ain't see. I saw it, but I was like, nah, Texas, baby, Texas. Went out there, got Texas shook all out his ass. He beat the what was he say he was born at again? What part of New York? Whatever part of New York Earl Spence was born in, Terrence Crawford beat him to that part of it. Nebraska, baby, Nebraska.
Damn.
I'll give you the core strength. Frank has worked out on his body. You know, he said he got a 12-pack or something like that because he got to be ready for the body shots. All I can say is, my brother, may the best man win.
For sure, man.
If Frank gets this upset, man, that'll catapult him that'll catapult him. Oh my goodness, that he would be out of the stratosphere. See, Hyphy put words on you. He's saying, so if Terrence beats Earl because of his wrestling background, that means Frank stopping Brother Abdul this weekend. No, that's not what we said at all. I said the wrestling background mixed in with the years of Terrence Crawford already being in the gym. That's what I said. That was just an extra additive to him already being able to fight because he had already been studying that discipline. He just added wrestling in. Frank is doing it a different way, which would, if it was a cake or something that he was cooking, if he started off cooking with the wrestling first, the dish is different. Same ingredients, but the presentation is different.
That's on
We go.
Face. You got the wrestling base in the dish. Man,
Pretty much.
The face.
Pretty much. And I guess I could go to work a little sooner, but I'm still sipping on my Pacifico because it's open already. And then I got to put the top back on.
I see that.
So it's been good talking to you, man. But we're going to have to get together with the fight on so I can be like, see, this is what I'm talking about. What is it that you seeing that I'm not seeing? Or vice versa. I'm trying to remember. What's our record? I know you beat me with the Earl Spence Terrence Crawford fight. Did I get you with the Ugas Pacquiao fight?
I don't know. I don't even know if I was betting there or
No, it wasn't the
making
bet. It
pick.
was just riding on it because I remember I was saying that I was going with Ugas. And I was
You was
explaining
going
why.
with
Because,
Ugas.
yeah, I went with Ugas. I went with Ugas when he beat Pacquiao. Because a lot of people was
Oh,
talking about his.
Pacquiao. Oh, okay.
Yeah, who did you think I said?
I was thinking about Earl.
Oh, no. Don't do that. That fight right there was what gave Earl Spence fans false hope and belief that something could be really bad in the brewing for Terrence Crawford. That fight right there is what misled everybody. Not to mention Earl went on that long ass break and came back and went straight into the fire with the dude who kept himself warmed up with David Avenesian. Yeah. But out there and got our ass whooped. I'm glad. Did he wear any Texas shit like a Lone Star or anything? I can't even remember what.
Yeah, I don't know.
If he did, he got the Texas beat off of it. Okay, Hyphy say, so how come Brother Abdul didn't put out the sparring footage of him versus Frank? Because Frank said he cracked Brother Abdul. Well, he already spoke on that and said that Frank caught him with a good shot in sparring. But he followed that up by saying, and what happened next? And what happened next? And Frank said, what happened? What happened? Then Tank goes and says, I got no film. I'll show you whatever. After that, Frank says that he really didn't show him, but he had it all pre-queued. So he really didn't show him nothing. We gonna find out this weekend. That's what's gonna happen. We're gonna find out this weekend. I can't believe it's 1 o'clock. Well, with that being said, let me go ahead. Good night. Mike Hitty said, good night, peace and blessings, my good brothers. Good night to you, Pimpin. Good night to you. I am gonna say it's about time for us to bag up out of here. And let bygones be bygones. I'm glad to have you back. And Nemesis, who has always been there. It's always been me and you going at it, throwing rocks across the water at each other. For real.
I'm going against the grain this time.
Yeah, it kind of thrown off because we literally switched sides on the whole thing. Because we've been going at it way back. Earl Spence and Terrence Crawford have always had me and you throwing rocks at each other. Now, we've agreed on other fights, but when it came to those two, we always been throwing rocks at each other, for real. And here we are.
Right here. I won't be surprised if I'm wrong about this.
I ain't going to be surprised either. I'm going to be like, damn, you knew. You knew you just didn't really want to. You wanted to give that man a little benefit of the doubt and a glimpse of maybe. I think David Benavidez, I think he gonna start pulling away in his fight around 4 or 5 as well.
Yeah. I mean, I expect Benavidez to win that fight.
Yeah. So Frank do have more power than Brother Abdullah.
I don't know. I really don't know. I know Frank hit pretty hard, but Tank is really good at also catching people with shots that they don't see coming.
Shots that hurt you. And he set them up real nice. It's a chance.
You see Tank fighting a lot of guys who's smaller than him at the same time, or Drain. So I think the only person he ever beat it. Well, He never beat no bigger person that didn't have no weight clause on him. So he knocked out a lot of smaller dudes. So let's see.
I don't know. I don't
Frank
really
might
know how
have more
to.
power.
So you say Frank might have more power?
He might. Shit, I don't know.
Well, I don't expect to see a one punch knockout by anybody. Now, give Trey X his prop if it happened. He did say, "Don't be surprised if you look up and see somebody doing a stanky leg early."
Yeah.
It could happen. It's a lot of variables that could take place in this fight. Like I said, they're not too far different in height and size. I mean, size period. They got about the same dimensions and arm reach. Frank just got a little more length in height.
Yeah, and I think Tank has a better defense. I think. So to me, that's why he's really the safer choice because he got better defense.
Yeah, I spoke with that. He do have good defense. Miss Wilson, PhD, did mention that Frank tends to fall into a rhythm, and he has holes in his defense, which could play against him. It's a lot of things that's been mentioned about Frank and how he could lose. There's been a few things that's been mentioned of how he could win, but it's going to be a tall order.
Overwhelm that boy, because Tank don't like to have a lot of output. You don't have to overwhelm that boy to go fight him.
Yeah, well, we're gonna see how that work out for it. I'm gonna go ahead and grab me something to eat and prepare myself. But it's money coming up. I finish this overtime real quick. Yeah, I got to go in here, but the positive of it is I'm get some extra money. I got some shit I got to take care of, and it's gonna work out great.
Get your money, man.
That's what we do. Exactly that's what we do. Well, with that being said, you want to close it out?
Well, yeah, man. Shit, appreciate you letting me come on through. Y'all check out my little crazy channel where they're making AI remixes of old rap songs, turn them into 60s and 70s songs.
Hold on. Turn your mic around so we can get that clear, because I want to make sure people hear that, because I can barely hear what you're saying.
No, I said, y'all check out my little crazy channel where I'm making AI remixes of old rap songs, turning them into 70s songs.
Okay. Y'all heard it? Oh, he doing remixes and turning rap songs into old 70s songs?
Yeah, man.
Okay. I'm going to have to go and check that out.
Having too much fun, man.
If you're having fun with it, it's crazy. I'm going to go check that out.
Man.
So, yeah. I appreciate you stopping through. As always, the door is always open for you and any other brothers. With that being said, thank everybody for coming through and doing what we do. I'm going to send this out of here by hitting the yo off of the playlist so I don't get a damn, what you call it? Copyright infringement. On our song, we get copyright infringement. With that,
for real?
yeah. Every time I play one of our songs, they see me infringement. So I'm like, oh, I gotta actually play the video off of YouTube for it not to be put up against me.
Now who doing that? Spotify? Apple?
No, that's TuneCore. But I set it up that way for it to monetize even my channel, so nobody could make no complaints or no points and be like, oh, you making money. Nobody could accuse me of making money off of nothing unless they all get a piece of it. And the only way for that to happen is to have everything that play have to dabby up.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, but it is what it is. Yeah, with that being said, I'm out. But I'm gonna play damn it. Weird. Yeah, yo. You know what it is. I'm sure talk about what it is. With that being said, about
Yo, 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 yo. When it comes to my lyrical thesis, don't be facetious. Calculate what you're going to say, aka speeches. You can play this message for everyone that it reaches. I snatch the pits from their cores, leave you with spineless speeches. I drop landmines like storming Normandy beaches. Wait while you recover, attack you while at your weakest. You a hypocrite like a sinner who always preaches. Talking about the Lord, but you really don't know who he is. We is judge and jury, fuck what your plea is. Stand trial, but C4 planet right where your feet is. Click the button, kaboom, blow you to little pieces. Have the courtroom smelling like burnt flesh and pieces. Jesus, ordering court, just trawling recess. Trying to understand if you witness the shit that we just. Your people upset cause that shit was kind of egregious. I've been over the top ever since I was just a fetus. Yo, 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 yo. Yo, yo, yo,
I hear that they've been practicing to spit it automatic. Understand there's no practicing when you already got it. Who they claiming that they better if you're writing than it's no. If it's 21 plus, we gon' finally let it go. Damn Z, always understand this for the family. These niggas out here weak, it ain't no way that they can stand me or plan me. Always recognize and never hesitate. You listen to the track, open your mouth and hear detonate.
I am Michael Myers to every MC. I am Halloween. Texas Chainsaw in the Cypher League. The cerebellum distinct the predator. You ain't ready for what I'm ready for. It's whatever, bro. Rest in peace to my competitors. Live from the gas chamber. My mind's so fucking tangled. Take one of these fucking rappers, hang them high and watch them dangle. Cut the fucking rope, and if you twist and he get strangled. I control the MIC and you can't fuck with me. No, not likely. Do not give a fuck if you don't like me. This is strictly for my niggas like to PAC. I'm colder than the polar vortex, chilling in the AC. Mr. Freeze to my foes, that means you can't freeze what's already for. I got some good gas, that strong, smoking by the whole zone. So fucking high, I roasted on top of the ozone. These boys sounding whack as hell. Dr. Seuss, rhyme form, I form Voltron. Yeah, it's on jamming cyphers here. Hits from the bone, taking hits from the bone. Driving out the mist, crime, jumping out the dumping shots out Megatron. Next time you speak like spit up, pussy bitch, use a clone. I use a clone, line like category 10, cyclone, cause cataclysmic event, board up your home, pyroclastic flow, no warning shots, it's on, kill shot straight to the dome, yeah, I'm on my Snoop Dogg block, climb to the ball, stay better, way back, call the hazmat, chemical spill on the track, bust the gas and air rain, yeah, we came to party, leave the whole scene, ransack, track, tight, run that, track.
Creeping on the low. It's that MYSTRO. That boy caused a wreck the damn show. Now all I gotta do is shut the fucking door. Chillin', reclining on the scene. I be coolin', they say I'm looking mean. I ain't tripping, I'm just trying to see the green. We having fun and we fulfilling our dreams. Yo, 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 yo. Yo, 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 yo.
Recordings just got better. Hey, it's Dana from StreamYard. I'm so excited to announce that local recordings are now available on StreamYard. Have you ever done a recording where your guest just had terrible internet issues? They were blurry, they were freezing, you could almost hardly hear them. Well, with local recordings from StreamYard, you'll be able to download a perfect quality video from your guest